see. And I think that's running. Hi.
Hello.
And the little green thing is showing audio. So hi, welcome to Friday Tea and D&D. We're a bunch of nerds hang around, have a good cup of tea, and play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Is it actually playing sounds? Yeah. So it's just going to echo. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
We're on.
Thanks for the tech check. Been without that for a while. But yeah. I can't tell how hissy it is because my hearing's not that good.
It doesn't sound hissy to me.
Cool. But yeah. It's been a while. But
My proficiency bonus.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, proficiency bonus. So that means also your spell attack modifier and spell defense DC thing. Yeah. So, last session, you headed out to the Taints estate with very little delay, finding a functional but subdued set of farmsteads. Everyone wearing the same uniform, an old pub out with some sort of yellow ball on a chain out the front of it. Heavy spikes. You went up to the main estate and Neda had a twigged for a moment that this was the picture of where you were heading. This is where your cousins were. And Jeremy triple dipped an axe in his bag, then got into a wrestling contest with an enormous arm that beat him on a titanic struggle.
Which was it usually takes at least an arm and a torso
Yeah.
to do that, but yeah.
But in this case, just an arm.
Quick question: How many spells can I learn when I level up? Because I can never remember.
You can learn one, and oh god, it might be different for wizards.
Does my spell save DC go as well? Changes.
It probably does, yeah. It's your proficiency plus your 8 plus your intelligence. You'll have to check in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
But yeah, so heading to the main house, you're greeted by Neda's grumpy cousin Toffee. You stepped over some drunken priest on a temple that would look like to Shantae, harvest god, or god of the harvest. But yes, you're greeted by Neda's grumpy cousin Toffee, who pretty much immediately drugged you.
Not Neda.
Not Lorelei.
Yes.
After a brief struggle with a mysterious stranger that burst in through the door, that seemed to really disappoint him, you're all eventually subdued and captured downstairs. You awoke to find Toffee in an adjoining cell for having shown dismal performance.
So right.
Blah, 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 blah. You basically immediately broke out, some with impressive feats of strength, some with just straight up teleporting, and were about to charge in and attack this mysterious stranger where he's setting up some sort of ritual circle. When Toffee ruined your surprise, you ran in anyway, and then as you began the fight, two air elemental myrmidons leapt out of Jeremy's axe bag, roughed you all up a bit, and then left with a message that you best find some terms. You best come to terms. I forget the exact wording, I'll be honest, I didn't write it down. But yes. But anyway, the mysterious stranger fought for a bit, realised he was probably outmatched, made a very slow, protracted escape through the mansion, in which Pippa, unfortunately, lost her life. And that is where we left it.
Oh, and I killed Toffee. I didn't kill Toffee, did I?
You tried to kill Toffee.
But he got away.
You freed him from the shackles because he twisted so that it would hit both him and the shackles.
Yes. So he's messed
breaking
up.
them.
But
He's messed up.
yeah.
And then, yes, he teleported out. And you didn't have counterspell.
I can have a dragon.
Yeah!
Summon draconic spirit.
Sure. Was that fifth
Can I
level?
speak Draconic so I can speak to it?
It's my
I'm
draconic
going to speak to
spirit.
your dragon.
I think this is all in character as we stand over Pepper's corpse.
I can summon dragons! Which is the one about constructs?
Man,
Assume
this
this
is
is
a wake.
Fizzbands. Summon Constructs is 4th level spell.
It's 4th level.
4th level.
Do I want to do that though? I can have a dragon.
Go on, oh, God. Let's try also a bit of this.
Sad music? Or
Yeah.
I can summon dragon music.
If I had it, would be sad. As it is, it's going to be whatever this is. which is
Disco,
quiet
disco,
music.
disco, disco.
I'm hoping for the sexy saxophone music. Sometimes
It's like, it's what Pippa would have wanted.
So, you're downstairs in the mansion.
Do we know that Pippa's dead?
I mean, am I still downstairs? I was in the.
We can say you, since Toffee left, and all of a sudden that is far too loud, but then we can say you arrive upstairs, see the scene.
Jeremy drops to his knees, sticks his arm in the air, goes, "No!" He throws Pip over one shoulder, runs down to the tea room, next the kettle of drugged tea.
Okay. Gonna need a Constitution saving throw. Constitution? Yes.
9.
And yeah, falls unconscious. Congrats. With Pippa over your head, over your shoulder.
Depends which way he falls, I guess. Presumably. Would he fall forward or back? Would you say Pippa is kind of bottom heavy or top heavy?
I'd say you'd fall sideways over with her landing on top of you.
Like a scarf.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear that happen as you arrive at the top of the spiral staircase. There's a trail of blood. There's an odd room at the top that just seems to, like, it's almost like scratch your eyeball as you look at it.
Oh, that's the.
It's upstairs. Yeah.
Well, Neda's gonna go in because that massive thud and follow the trail of blood.
Sure.
Follow
it to where?
Am I in range of her? Can I see that she's doing this?
Yes.
I'm
You
coming
went,
with you then.
I believe, upstairs to the room where the stranger was hiding. Was stashing his scroll of teleport. But yes. Then
So
yeah,
I
you can
found-
come across
I
as
found
well.
Pippa.
Sure.
Okay, you just hear a scream.
With Jeremy underneath. Yeah.
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 Neda's angry. Neda is sad.
Understandable.
Yeah, she's just like, what? She's trying to like, well, first she's trying to get Pippa from underneath Jeremy out. Figure out what the hell is going on.
Are you out
there.
cold or
I think Jeremy's very out cold.
did you
Oh,
hit
yeah.
0 points as well?
No, he
He
Drink
is
a lot of poison tea.
poisoned.
Or
Yeah.
just got
Drugged.
drugged tea. but,
Drug.
yeah.
I mean, poisoned. Yeah. Essentially.
Help me move him. I'm gonna try and shove Jeremy off of Pippa.
No, I'm kind of pulling
Jeremy's
out
underneath
and then-
Pippa.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
I'm kind of like pulling Pippa away and then.
How heavy is a Githzerai?
Quite light. As well, you're very strong.
Yeah, but she's a halfling, so.
Yes.
Oh. As a halfling, you can't really pick up. Yeah, she's.
I'm just
You can
kind of
drag her
dragging.
across, yeah.
I
Yeah.
intervene and give a bit more of a dignified move.
Sure. You take the corpse outside the manor.
Yeah, should we take her
Yeah,
out?
let's
We need to wake up Jeremy.
Thunderbolt to the
God damn it, we need the cleric.
Yeah.
Jeremy is out.
I put sunglasses on him and kind of marionette
I've got no spell slots.
Weekend at Bernie's
Yes.
type thing.
I was gonna phantom steed him. Oh, I can phantom steed him at a 5th level. So I can like.
Okay.
Yeah, so we put the sunglasses on him and
Should we drag him out by the legs? Oh wait, he's upstairs.
Yeah. He's downstairs. He's in the tea room where you
I
were
thought
all
you said
drugged.
he was under Pippa.
He was under Pippa. Pippa was he took Pippa through to the tea room, where he drank the kettle of tea, a massive swig of it, and then
Why?
fell unconscious. Well, you'd have
just
to ask
Jeremy
him
stuff.
when he wakes up.
Oh, by the way, Lorelai would know this, but Becca presumably doesn't. Most of us don't have any equipment right now.
yes, it's in the attic.
Oh, was my equipment in the attic as well?
Yeah, most of it.
Including my components pouch?
Yes.
Don't know where that on my belt.
Oh, no, yeah.
It
You
would
have your
be taken
components
off,
pouch.
yeah, because well, we all got
Rocking it.
knocked out.
Disarmed.
Yeah.
Right. What do we do?
Bury her? Did we figure out whether we could bury her using Maximilian's earthen grasp?
Yes, you could.
So at this point, we've propped up Jeremy and he's got his sunglasses on.
Sure.
So what is this mansion? Is there like a graveyard nearby?
There's like a...
You remember outside there is a church to Shante. It's a fairly small chapel,
Okay.
but for provincial town it's quite large.
Could I use prestidigitation to like engrave a stone?
Yes.
Okay.
What stone would you like to find?
Just one that's big enough for me to engrave her name on.
Sure.
And honour her.
Entirely can be done. You head outside. Give me a quick perception roll.
Okay. Come on, roll. How we do it? No. That is a 5.
As you walk outside, you're rather upset at the fact you're carrying a friend's corpse. You don't really notice much. You can't really see anything through the tears, but you hear a slamming door coming from the direction of the chapel.
Bugger. What do you think that is?
Well, should we just kind of sneak into the back and bury her quietly? Or do we actually want to actually speak to, like, a priesty person?
Should we go in and see who it is?
Yes, if we...
We've not got any weapons on us. I've not even got my longsword.
No.
You don't have your longsword.
So we're not
definitely.
exactly threatening then, are we?
No,
Yeah.
no. But we are covered in blood.
Pass the green hat behind you.
But we're not wielding a weapon, we're wielding a corpse.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
So we just want to bury our friend.
Yeah.
Is it scarier to wield a weapon or a corpse?
I mean,
Yes.
if you're using the corpse as a weapon, then yes. It's like,
Dual halflings.
That's how Neda wants to use her cousins.
I think
I will use your corpse as weapons.
lay her down in the grass and go into the chapel. Okay, that's what I do.
Sure. You open up the chapel. There is a waft of sort of booze and vomit.
Oh, is it the priest
There
who we
are-
stepped over earlier?
Mm.
And then, but Pippa stole his. Was it a jar he was drinking out of?
It was like a jug
Yeah, and I think she stole it for
with
some
3
reason.
X's engraved on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Ah, boy, howdy.
What do you want?
My friend just died.
You could, around the chapel, and it is quite weathered. Some of the windows are cracked. The pews are dusty. Some are covered with dust covers, in fact. There is a small altar. It is just a bare table at the front. I'm not sure where the voice came from.
Do you have a shovel? I need to bury my friend. She's not dead, I just want to play a trick. No, I'm joking.
There's a moment, and you see like this rather fat friar sort of just peer up from behind a pew with like red eyes, just a massive bulbous veiny nose. Yeah. He sort of gets up, waddles in the back, grabs a shovel. You not heading to the cavern then?
Oi.
I don't know. What?
Everyone goes in the estate, they head to the cavern. There
For
you
now,
go.
I just want to
Thank
honour
you.
my friend and wake up my other one and get my equipment back.
Did you kill him?
No, she was killed by my cousin. Well, not my cousin, but by
You
some great man.
That fuck Toffee.
You know him.
Yeah, he brought them in the fucking village.
Her cousins are shits.
Yeah.
Do you have any he actually escaped? Actually, do you have any idea where he might have gone? We need to avenge our friend.
Might have gone to the rest of the cousins, as you say. He always talks about his family. At least he did when he went down the pub.
Just a heads up, I didn't take the summon the draconic the spirit and gone for scrying.
Sure.
Because that was the whole thing that I had to do to find my son. I needed to learn to
Oh,
scry.
right,
It's fun as doing it on a fucking dragon.
That makes sense.
It's like, if I can learn another spell between now and then, I will ride in and rescue him on a dragon.
Yes.
Just going to see this mental woman coming and going, "You're my son!
You're my mum. Wait, what?
You ain't my mum." I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it is. Right, I'm going to go outside and start digging the hole then.
Intelligence modifier plus wizard level. So if your intelligence modifier hasn't gone up, then yeah, wizard level goes up by 1, so that's you get 1 extra spell.
Yeah, it's 2 I can learn then.
No, 1.
It says in the player's handbook I can learn 2 every time I level up.
Every time, change it. Blah, 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 blah. Where is it? Learning spells. First level half. Yeah, you can add, oh no, yeah, you're right, 2 wizard spells of your choice. Yep, that's fine. Yeah.
I don't suppose you got some extra booze on you?
Nah, someone stole it. Oh, my fucking head. Ugh. Someone stole me jug. Might get down in the pub later. Usually good for a bit, although me tab's pretty deep. You ain't got no money, eh?
If you have booze, we have money.
Well, you
Alright,
have
hang
all
on.
of.
Oh yeah, we don't
hippie
have any stuff with us, so
You're
we
doing
don't
a
have them.
funeral. I can do the funeral rites over it for money.
Well, we need to go and get our equipment.
Right.
And I think maybe we should try and find a follower of Balder Eye to do it. But they're all mental.
Well, I have a boreal prayer that I got from when I translated one of the books. So
Oh,
we
right.
have we have some words if we want to say words.
Ain't heard of that one.
She's the goddess of.
Hand them a leaflet.
I hand him a leaflet, yeah.
It's what Pippa would have wanted.
I wipe
He
the
sort of
tear out the
pulls
way.
it. Like brings it close to his face, brings it further away, tries to get it in focus. Looks through. Alright. Yeah, I used to do Shantae around there. He sort of like points his thumb at a mostly broken stained glass window of like a cornucopia. Where they're like,
Shall I go and start digging the hole while you go and get all the equipment then?
Yes, we can do
Yes.
that. I
Okay.
mean,
right, I'll go find booze.
mhm.
And he sort of just waddles off.
So yeah,
down
Neda's
the
gonna
pub.
quickly go back to the house and go, well, does carry as much stuff as she can? I don't think she can carry all the stuff, can she?
She can carry her own stuff and probably 1 extra pack.
Okay. I guess it might be a few trips. She's like, but
You go up to the attic. Give me an investigation.
Oh shit, I should have done this, didn't I?
Yeah, because I think you
Mine's
have,
out plus 9.
minus 1. 14.
Mine would have been an unnatural 20.
No.
Because I only rolled an 11. What the fuck is up with my dices? It's a
It's
9.
not too hard to find your own stuff. There's a lot of stuff up here. You can see it's not really been kept well, and one of the windows is slightly broken. So weather's got in. There are a few like musical instruments, artisans' tools and things. They seem to all be mildewed and warped. Your own packs are upstairs, and they're well, they're basically only just been put up there pretty much. So it's still pretty clean. Yeah, you can find your stuff, no
Is there
problem.
any like sacks or anything about that I can just kind of shove everything in? I mean, I'm just going to loot the place basically.
Not really. There's a few rucksacks and things.
Taking things out, investigating them first didn't go well.
I guess
Do
not.
you remember
no.
when Pippa took that gem and then the necromancy magic?
Oh yeah, that was a bad idea. Yeah, so
But
Ned
has
is
Neda
remembering
learned
this
from it?
conversation. She's doing
Yeah.
this like, yeah. So she's gonna definitely grab her stuff and the bag of holding and maybe some whatever Lorelei.
You can
has that I
put stuff
carry.
in the bag of holding as well.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
idea. Shall I just shove everything in the bag of
Because-
holding and then?
Actually, yes, you could
I could
literally
just-
throw all
just
the packs.
So I'll do
Mary
that.
Poppins it.
Yeah.
Put out a table lamp.
She quickly
Pretty much.
goes into the kitchen and has a look whether there's any alcohol about.
Another investigation.
Their investigation. It's like, is this poison or is this booze? We'll find out.
I can identify.
1.
1. There are bottles. There's like
No, she doesn't.
there's green glass bottles. You can certainly find. They seem to have some liquid sloshing in them.
I can
I'll
raise.
put them in the bag of holding.
Yeah, fair.
We can.
Three bottles. Of,
Okay, Alison, where's your list with the bag of holding?
Oh, it's here.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So that's the bag of holding. That's.
I'll
Yeah.
add mysterious bottles then.
Yes.
3 green glass bottles.
And that was in her pack, wasn't it? So.
They're sort of that weird. It goes down like a really thin stem and it bulges out at a large bowl at the bottom. All 3 of them.
Yeah, because this is the house that because since it's the house that my cousins worked for, so would have they had their own quarters within? Would Toffee have had his own quarters?
Oh
somewhere
yeah,
in
the
this
servants'
house?
quarters. Yeah, it'd be sort of round the back. You go through the kitchen,
Okay.
and then you find like the back, like the outhouse and what have you, and then there may be the servant stairs up to a small bedroom.
Okay. I'm gonna go around there and have a bit of an investigation just to see if I can find out where like they might have gone and if there's any kind of like clues of things. So yeah, looking around these servants' quarters.
Yeah,
you
give
another
me
miss.
another investigation. Go for it.
This is gonna be bad, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's like even though they're my own 3. They're my own cousins. I'm like, yes,
Is there
they
a-
live here.
Is there a font in the chapel, by the way?
There is. It
Filled
does
with
not have any water in it. No.
I need to find a font of holy water to scry.
Maybe it's in the bowls.
Or buy a crystal ball, which it says 1,000 GP. What's that in your money?
1,000 silver coins. So 10 GP.
I can do that.
You got a platinum somewhere between you.
Who took the platinum?
Jeremy, you're still unconscious,
Yes.
but I haven't forgotten about you. I promise.
Not Pippin.
Who took the platinum? It was one of us.
1 platinum coin.
Did we divvy it up there and then?
No, because
We
it was 1
might-
platinum coin.
Could be with Jade.
Is it just randomly in the bag of holding?
It might be with Jade. Can I have taken that off of Jade before she parted?
Sure.
I now have the platinum.
1 platinum coin. Okay.
Do I
Yeah.
find anything with 4? Like, I
What
should
you
walk
find,
into the
actually,
door.
is it appears to have recently been very hurriedly ransacked.
Ooh.
There's open chest of drawers. There's an open wardrobe. There's still a few clothes in there, but like there's some broken coat hangers, and one of the chest, like some of the drawers have still some clothes in them. There appears to be a space where a rucksack presumably was. That like a big sturdy hook on the wall that is now empty, and it seems to have like scuff marks around it that would suggest where a rucksack has been. It seems in the commotion Toffee may have teleported here and then skedaddled on foot.
It's not likely that Toffee would ever come back here.
Doesn't appear to have been ransacked with that in mind.
Ned is gonna write on the wall. She's just gonna kind of like scratch into the wall, just being like, "Neda will find you."
By all means. Spend some time doing that. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
24.
24. You feel very woozy. There's a brief pause. And then you sort of cough, choke a little. Hear the sound of pouring water.
You're peeing yourself.
More tea, drink it.
Peeing myself mightily though.
With the 24, you manage to avoid peeing yourself. No.
You can pee on fire elementals now.
You wake up. You're a little sticky. There is smashed, well, it's not smashed because it's metal. There is a dented tea kettle next to you. There's a lot of this stuff on the floor, it seems like. Pippa is not anywhere to be seen.
Jeremy sort of snorts, gets up, goes, "Wah!" And he starts to reach for the teapot again. He says, "No, Jeremy. No. Justice, then tea." And he makes his way back up to the room from which the mysterious hooded figure teleported out. Are there any papers or anything else in there? I know he grabbed a scroll. Was there anything else significant, or was it just runes on the walls?
Roll me investigation.
22.
22. You find a very interesting book. You cannot read it. It appears to be written in a thick brown ink.
Thank you.
Excellent. Jeremy shoves that into his axe bag.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fireplace in here?
There is, yes.
Great.
Attached to a chimney. It does not appear to have been used in some time. It is quite cold.
Jeremy sort of concentrates on the... Is there any wood or coal in it?
No, it is empty. There's a small wooden box next to it that is empty.
Excellent. Jeremy stamps on that, chucks it into the fireplace.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
He concentrates really hard, scratches his lower back, and the wood takes light in the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
He then kicks that wood all over the floor in the room.
Sure.
And leaves, and makes his way through the house looking for anything else he can set on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And makes his way down to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Are there still people?
Oh yeah, I was
Imprisoned
about
in
to,
there.
about to say that. I was like, I think there's still people in there.
You head down to the basement. The people in the cells do not appear to be in any sort of condition. They are corpses at this point.
Okay.
Some may have been. They appear to have been left there to wither. Some seems to have put there as corpses.
All right.
Dun dun dun.
Can they be used as weapons?
I'm making the CSI sound. Dun dun.
Mm.
That's Law and Order.
That's the one. You found bodies. Dun 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 dun. It's a fine day to find corpses.
Ow!
Now Jeremy doesn't know that his gear has been picked up by Nether yet.
Mm-hmm.
Goes up and looks for that.
Sure.
Presumably finds it's gone.
Did you pick? You picked up.
I
you
put
picked up.
everything and put it in the
Yeah.
bag of holding. So
You find there's a lot of dust here. There's a big section like with a big cabinet that is it has no doors to it. It doesn't look like it ever had doors, but it seems to like have a path in the dust to it that's come back and forth a few times. Everything else seems to be mildewed and dusty and dank in here.
And I'm assuming he doesn't see anything of interest to him in that case.
Not particularly.
Yep.
They have like walked past Nether once or twice.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Hi, Nether.
oh, she's on a mission. It's an angry mission.
Jeremy kicks in the cabinet, sets that alight.
Yep. It burns merrily. Everything in here is a little damp, but you could, with some effort, get this to start to burn.
Why are we
Plan.
burning this?
Burn it all.
Jeremy's an angry barbarian, and there's nothing vulnerable to axes around here.
Do we see the smoke from where we are? The shit's on fire.
Not yet. Not in the chapel, no.
I'm in the graveyard.
The graveyard just behind the chapel. There's sort of like there's a small space. It's about 30 feet wide. It's about 100 feet long between the chapel and the wall of the estate, and it goes like round a corner. It seems to be a little fenced off area. There are a lot of gravestones here. It seems to be about 2/3 full. You can see there aren't any currently dug, but you can certainly use Maximilian's earth and grasp.
I've been
Or-
digging by hand.
Or dig with a shovel, like you got from there.
I'm Harry
Please.
Pottering it like she's Dobby.
We'll use the hand to like put the soil back over again.
Sure. That's
She's
also
super
absolutely
fucking
fine.
extra. And then we need a long rest.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I go find Jeremy, and like, so if there's anything we want to grab it now because this place is gonna burn.
Do you want to have a check round for anything?
Yeah, let's have a quick. I mean, Ned is useless at this.
Have an
She's like
investigation
still
of-
crying and angry at this
Yeah,
point. So.
one last investigation in the attic.
Yeah.
If you would like to do it as well.
Oh,
Gary?
15. That's better.
15?
15.
I
15.
wonder what I would have rolled. I would have rolled a 20.
You look
We
around.
really sent the wrong person.
Yeah. And if I had been that one, it would have been a 26. Fucking find it, enable this.
You do find a small tray of gold teeth and a boot in which there was
Into the bag.
a small pouch of about 43 silver coins.
I put gold teeth in the bag of holding. 43,
Yeah.
no, 43 silver coins.
43 silver coins.
You took them in inventory.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy, you find there's another tray. It is actually It's only got 3 gold rings in it, which is odd. It's quite a large tray, and it looks like there's a lot missing from it. But yeah, it still had 3. It was basically cast to one side, behind a lot of these mildewed instruments and tools. But yeah, you find 3 gold rings, quite small, but
I'm going to buy that.
yeah,
My spell book.
Jeremy chucks those into Zach's bag along with the book.
sure.
He looks to Neder and says, "Where is the Trident of Fish command?"
You're like, this will be useful in a fire.
and then we're walking away from the house as it explodes, and he's got the trident, and then puts sunglasses on. It's all this cool explosion. We're not looking at it.
Absolutely.
That's
Well,
what we think is happening, but it's not really happening.
as you're walking out the front door, there's a loud crack you hear behind you, and you start hearing a crackling noise. It does not explode. But yes.
As he hears that, Jeremy says, "How many cousins do you have?"
Too many. Well, too many. So
Not enough.
So, you head over to the graveyard, where Lorelei is just about finished.
Mhm.
You start smelling smoke.
We're burying her, not cremating her. Did you like to pie her?
Weren't there people in the dungeon store?
Yeah, we checked the dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
We went all CSI on them.
Before you burn someone alive.
We're doing them a favour.
So,
I wrap her in. Hang on, where is it? Do we still have it? The clean blue periwinkle blouse.
sure.
That's like her death shroud.
Fair enough. You wrap her in the blouse.
The top head for head surgery.
And you carefully lower her body into the earth.
Would anybody like to say any word?
And the priest there takes a swig out of this bottle he's got. It's more like classic wine bottle shape. Starts intoning a prayer to Shantae. How the earth goes in cycles, and he skips. You can tell, like, he waves his arm for a few lines and mumbles something, and then just picks up halfway through a sentence. But yeah, he's talking about the earth goes in cycles, and as we take from the earth, we give back to it of ourselves. It seems general, like he's slowly getting more drunk again. But yeah, it's general sort of well-meaning claptrap.
Right, you cover her over and do the spade. I'm going to go and find some sort of memorial stone.
Oh, lad, pass us a handful of earth, would you?
You're a barbarian, so
Yeah.
you just...
You would do that. Shovel.
He just kind of just poof across his hand and just goes, "Whoa," and throws it on, like clutching the bottle in the other hand, just casts it across the open grave. And is there anyone got anything else to say?
As he's doing that, Neda is saying the burial prayer that but she's saying in Draconic to make it sound really like
sure.
like whimsical.
What does she say?
We commit this person to the eternal
Half.
Yeah, I can read. Back into Baldurai's embrace, where all who enter are welcome. Back into the universal hearth and home.
And I'm finding a big old stone to write Pippa Goodbarrel on and the symbol of Baldurai.
There are actual like gravestones as well.
Are they blanks?
They are blanks.
Well, I'm
Yes.
going to use that then.
Sure.
Digitation it.
And the priest watches you do this and so, you gonna move that over to the, because I can't lift that.
Can I?
I don't know. Give me an athletics.
13.
Nope.
Jeremy.
Jeremy takes the other side of it.
Sure.
Uh,
It is a gigantic slab of stone, about like it's only about that thick, but it's about 4 feet high and about maybe 3 feet wide, 2 feet wide.
29.
29. Jeremy sort of takes the other side and just lifts the whole thing.
And
Lorelai's
I'm,
sort
like,
of
hanging
dangling
off of it.
slightly off of it. Yes. carries it across and places it very carefully into. There's like a slit in the earth, and sort of it pushes down and it sinks about a foot, so it's then 3 feet out.
Would I have this in common? This prayer? Would I know it?
I think so.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to write it on the thing.
Sure.
But because this isn't a Borderite cemetery, I write it in Elven. But it's not obvious.
Sure. Like Spike Milligan having "I told you I was ill"
Yeah.
in Gaelic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
So
I think we rest up,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go back to civilization.
So before Jeremy rests, he's going to try to pick up this friar.
Oh, sure.
Not romantically.
No,
That's later after this is done. You're trying to lift him into the air.
Oh.
You're asking for a puking.
You are.
He holds his guts in. You lift him into the air.
And what he says to this friar is, normally at this point we ask a whole series of questions and try to find out information, but I don't have time for that.
Right.
What I want you to do is just tell me everything you know about that building over there that I set on fire before I set that building that you came out of on fire.
Oh, don't set the chase. No. Oh, I spent so long with that church. Fix the pole. Okay.
I'm off to the side casting Leon's tiny hut.
So,
It's
Is-
not on fire.
as I understand it, that lad, Toffee, he had his lordship and his ladyship, her ladyship, murdered. And then he took over and brought in that guy who we're all so fucking scared of.
Just standard cousin shit, you know.
Now, Jeffy went and followed him to a cavern in the woods, and it's just a guy going nuts on the jazz flute, and you'd have to talk to him. But yeah, that's where he took all the people.
Okay.
Oh, so they could be so alive.
Where's Jeff?
Oh, he's likely down the pub. Jeff Array. He's all right. He's a hunter. Oh, can you put us down there?
Jeremy puts him gently down, pats him on the head.
You're not going to set it on fire?
Not yet.
Alright, you going to sort out the cavern?
Is it flammable?
I mean, it's a hole in the rocks, so probably not.
Maybe a problem.
We'll
Where
find
are
a
we
way.
geographically? How far are we from a town?
You are in the Lord and Lady Tane's estate. It is about 2-3 days walk from
Kenilworth?
Kenilworth, yes.
Because
Yeah.
I would like to get to an arcane shop and get the materials needed for teleportation circles and the spell for a teleportation circle.
You would have to go to
Kirain.
Kirain.
How
Yes.
far are we from Kirain?
Oh, about a week.
If only I knew teleportation circles.
Yeah.
It's Lorelei's no scrying now.
Yeah, but I haven't got the material for it.
That's it, isn't it?
I need a crystal ball or a silver mirror or a font of holy water.
Oh, I have teleportation circle as well.
Crystal ball.
Do
silver.
you? How did you get that?
It was when I leveled it.
Yeah.
Do you not need to buy the materials still?
You still need the materials to
Yeah,
cast it,
yeah,
yes.
I haven't got that. But yeah.
Yeah.
I could also do Thunderstep as well. So.
That seems a bit silly for both to have a circle. I know.
Teleportation circle goes a bit further.
Hmm.
As in, no, not between planes, but yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm not going to spend the money learning it if you know it.
Okay.
So only one of us needs to get
Yeah.
the material then.
It costs you 50 silver coins worth of rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems.
Okay.
I'm still going to learn then that summon draconic spirit. I'm going to find a spell shop that does it.
Sure.
Because I want a dragon.
That's fair. Okay.
Jeremy reaches into his bag and pulls out the book that he found.
Mm.
Hands it to Lorelei and says, "Does this look like a clue?"
Does it?
Uh,
Oh yeah, I'm getting
what
it.
languages do you read?
Common, Elvish, Sylvan, Dwarven, Celestial, Auran.
It is none of those.
Do I
It is-
recognise it?
What languages?
Draconic, Giant, Common, Halfling, Primordial.
No, none of those.
I can't even
It's a
identify
strange
it.
script. It shares characteristics with the script that was engraved in the walls of the room and on the ceiling of the room where the guy was trying to get that thing out. It doesn't hurt you to look at it, unlike those words inscribed in the walls. And
I'm going to
ceiling.
cast Identify on it to see if it's enchanted or something then.
Sure.
That's a thing, isn't it? Oh,
Mhm.
that's not my spell book, that's the whole wizard spell book. Because like, when did I learn so many spells?
Sure. You're going to cast it as a ritual or just...
A ritual.
Yeah, sure. So you spend the next 10 minutes doing that?
Yeah.
While she's casting Identify...
It's a 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute.
Yeah.
But as a ritual, it takes 11 because it takes an extra 10.
Does it?
Yeah.
Neda gets out one of
You
the
can cast it as a
bottles
spell using a
she's
spell
got
slot for a minute. Sorry.
and gives it a sniff. She's trying to identify whether she can drink this or not.
Give it a sniff.
I'll cast
Yeah.
Identify on those next.
It smells strong and... What's the phrase? It really sort of gets up in your nose. It's like chlorine, almost. Yeah. It's quite a strong chemically smell.
That'll do the trick now.
I mean,
I'll let Lorelei identify
Nail
what it
polish
is.
remover.
is that just one of the bottles? Or you
3.
check all 3?
I'll check all 3, yeah.
Oh yeah. The other 2 do smell more of alcohol.
Okay. So she puts the one that smells like chloroform back
Sure.
into the bottle, into the
And then
bag.
falls down.
Has to have a sit down for a bit.
Lorelei, does this smell like chloroform to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hands one of the other bottles to Lorelei, being like, "Is this safe to drink? Do you think?"
I'm doing my ritual.
Ah, Jeremy.
The ritual is that
Jeremy next, whatever it is. Shouting, Pepper!
you really need to stop giving him things.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please, with disadvantage. You're going to try and neck the
That's what
bottle.
my Identify ritual is.
Okay, first one
Yeah.
was a 25.
Yeah.
Second one, 24.
Whoa, Identify.
It tastes like there's a strange sort of like spice to this.
Let him have
There's an
it.
alcohol base,
I take
but it has like almost like a cinnamon or nutmeg sort of feel to it. You immediately get very, very woozy, and then throw up at least half of it. The rest really sits uncomfortably.
I've
But you do
confiscated
not.
the remaining 2 bottles.
Fair enough. But yes, you do not pass out this time.
Jeremy's quite sad because he wanted a sort of harder, tougher drink, and this one sounds quite fun and festive.
This one does have a very similar effect to the tea.
Oh.
It seems like it's possible some of this was added to the tea, and you could sort of like tell there was an undertone there of the similar spice. But it is now mixed with your stomach contents on the floor, most of it.
Lovely.
Hmm.
It
Jeremy
makes it smell like almonds.
falls,
Oh,
on his,
hazelnuts.
falls on his back in his own sick.
Fair. Okay,
I prestidigitation the sick away once I've done the Identify.
sure. The book appears to be mostly mundane. There are some spell scrolls in a few of the later pages, but the rest appears to be some sort of journal.
No, spell scrolls are no good to me then. If they're in a different language.
They are not... Normally they would be written in Draconic.
Mm.
This is not that language. But you do get a strong vibe of transmutation off of one, necromancy off the other.
Right, I'm going to keep those then.
Sure.
Foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
Transmutation.
And necromancy. The other one. Mm-hmm.
So, are we gonna have a long rest?
Yeah, I put up my tiny hut.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the first watch and I'll do Identify on those other 2 potions or bottles where you 2 rest.
Sure. Okay.
Neda just curls up into a ball and
Like a cat.
Jeremy
Yeah.
flops down on top of Nether. Oh, babe!
He no longer smells as sick now. I pressed the digitation dip right.
Trying to put more of it onto himself.
There's
Here
just
I
a
am
faint
trying to
tang.
find my son when I've already
Yeah.
got 2 kids.
Yeah. Time passes uneasily.
Where are the bottles?
In the bottles, one is brandy. The other one is some sort of poison. It is like an emetic, except it's a strong emetic. It would make you throw up your entire, internal organs, sort of thing. There's a tinge to it. It seems like a really bad way to die, basically.
Ooh, I'm saving that for Chaffee.
Mm.
Tasting
I
its
was-
own medicine.
Can I put it in my own? Yeah, I'm going to put it in my own things.
Sure. You're very lucky by the one you napped. But yeah.
Emetic.
I decided by random which order they were in.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was the first one, the really chemically one.
Yeah. So.
The third one is it's some sort of brandy. But yes.
Come back next week for Peter's new character.
And then we bury Iron Jeremy.
I'm not digging that hole.
We'll definitely use the grass for burying Jeremy. I like how it's so like, that's when, not if. One of us will die soon. Just a matter of time.
Okay.
Okay. So, time passes. You do get a few curious looks off of the villagers. They come by. One or two of them press on the Lehman's tiny hut, sort of give it a pat, look around it. It's opaque, so they can't see through. But yeah, but you can see out.
I wave my boobies at them.
They cannot see, but yes.
They're just making growling noises in his sleep.
Like puppy dreams.
After a while, there is sort of, after about 6-7 hours, there's a small crowd just sort of stood outside at like they're about 20 feet, respectful distance of sort of curious yet also able to run away if shit should go south. It seems like nothing much interesting happens around here. They're most of them wearing this identical farming uniform. There is one rather lanky youth who seems to be he's got roughly the same thing, but it's like a leather tabard with no sleeves and a big apron on. And one guy seems to have what's the word? Like he's wearing dark greens and he's got a bow. He seems to come and go. But yeah. The time passes uneasily, but you are not disturbed.
I am.
Down with the sickness.
At about coming towards the end of the 8 hours, a lot of your crowd of onlookers actually break away. They talk among themselves excitedly and seem to point off in the distance and then rush away.
Oh, I get all my hoops back.
You do? You take a long rest.
I get all my blade songs back. I get my misty step back.
As the Lehman's tiny hut spell peters out, you do note as you look around, no one's working the fields anymore. Like when you came in, everyone was sort of doing regimented tasks, like not quite in unison, but there was a lot of people that's like evenly spaced out across the fields, and now everyone seems to be sort of milling around. There's one main road that comes in. A few people are sort of milling around your Lehman's tiny hut, and they startle when it drops and like back away slightly to about 30 feet. But yeah, there's suddenly a much smaller crowd. A lot of people seem to be milling around the main road, going back between you and the pub. The estate, the actual like manor house, was a merry blaze for like 3 or 4 hours. It's sort of mostly like it's fallen in on itself now. There's several large black timbers that are sort of standing up in the... There's no real conflagration. It was more sort of a wet, damp collapse inwards. But yeah, there was... For like about an hour and a half, there was a really nice smell of bacon.
Delicious. And that's what awakes us.
You just remember, in the tea room, there was like a big hanging
Pig.
side of pig. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were telling me we killed a whole lot of
That would be so dark. And I've gone similar to that a few times, but not quite. No.
So, was there a pig room full of pigs? Did we build the pigs?
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it. And then a few people seem to be coming up to you and running back again. And it's odd, they're like... And then one guy steps up to you. He goes, "Are you anything to do with that thing?"
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, the thing that's coming.
What's coming?
Some green lady.
Green lady.
Oh.
Mm.
I
Are
can't
you-
get it.
Are you like our protectors now? Could you go and stop her or
What's she doing?
I don't know.
I'm going to fly over and investigate.
Sure. You go up and fly up, and you can see there's this woman. She seems like a bipedal lizard, about 5.5 feet tall.
You played one of those lizards and you sat in a pond, do you remember?
Hmm?
Yeah, do you remember when you played one of those lizards and you got straight into a pond?
Oh God, yeah, that was a
Yeah.
while ago. Druids, what can you do? Yeah. So, you're walking towards this village. You heard that's where they went, and all of a sudden you see one of them. Actually, she seemed to be flying around quite obviously.
Hmm?
She sort of circles around you like
Does
the
she look
world's
like a
most
threat?
massive fucking vulture.
Does she seem like a threat?
She's walking along. You get a slight smell of like smoky herbs rising up from her.
Sage.
Sage.
Yeah.
Does she look like I could take her if I had to?
Looks like a pretty old sort of lizard lady thing. Yeah,
Okay.
you probably could take her. Like a couple good fireballs.
I'm like, so you see a.
I'm not going to fireball you straight off the bat.
You see a green-looking dragonborn
That'd be
with
one way to do it.
like definitely more wizened in years, and her moves are definitely more of like someone who has aged considerably. Leaning on the staff, just plodding along forward, pipe coming out of the mouth. There's chainmail there, but it's covered in like shawls. And there's a pack on my back with like multiple cooking implements that are strapped to it.
Lizard Gandalf.
And there are 2 earrings, one like really fancy emerald jewel, and the other one like very crudely carved from stone. And I'm just leaning on a walking stick.
And I think to myself, she looks eccentric.
Which is the requirement.
But it's pot kettle. Okay, I'll land then.
As you do, the villagers who are sort of like poking their heads up like over the fences on either side duck down, and then some sort of peer an eye very slowly back up again.
And there's a kind of like Western music.
A
As
little bit.
you land in front, you see the hand that's holding the staff. There's a sort of half tattoo covering
Do I
the
recognise
hand.
the tattoo?
Roll me intelligence. Straight intelligence.
Oh, you fuck off.
Oh, actually, sorry, no. What? Yeah, let's give it straight intelligence.
It wouldn't be religion then.
No.
Okay, well, apparently that's an 11.
Some sort of tattoo.
Pretty pattern.
Yeah, the villagers seem very afraid of you. What have you done?
Kind of like look around. They could be just as afraid of you, no?
Well, they did stand outside our hut all night, but when it disappeared, they were right. They asked us to come and check you.
I think by default you've probably killed the protectors. She kind of like looked round at the smoking husk
Yeah,
of
big
the
plume of smoke.
of the castle.
It's been marking the horizon for the last couple hours of the walk. Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to be Lorelei of the J team, would you?
Maybe.
I've actually been looking for you.
Why?
I am on the hunt for the yellow one.
Oh.
I burst
you
into
have-
tears.
So you have passive insight of 19.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Lorelei. Let alone the massive wings and elf ears.
Oh no, I know. I'm just. I know for certain. I'm just being polite.
I burst into tears.
Kind of like pat you on the shoulder, like.
I buried her yesterday. It was unexpected.
Kind of like pull round, pour a tea, hand it to you. Not just tea.
And I look at her and go, do I recognise the smell?
Roll me nature.
Okay. 17.
17.
It's a lavender and jasmine concoction.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm not going to be doing a Jeremy then. I sip at it. Thank you.
Roll me no.
I am sorry to hear this. Was she killed in a battle?
She was, yes.
The rest of you?
Yeah, at this point, Neda is
Finally
kind of
caught
like,
up.
she's like little legs running, being like, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Ned's just swinging her little legs, sat on Jeremy's shoulder as he's looking forwards.
I suppose Jeremy would probably say, "You lizard, be you Jeff?"
I am Jeremy?
The very same.
And Nada.
My name's Neda.
That's my name. What is your intelligence? -1. No, that's my name.
Is it?
I am
Who are
sorry.
you?
Moira,
Not Jeff.
not Jeff.
We need Jeff.
Who's Jeff? Did I miss something? Who's Jeff?
Why are you here?
I was looking for Pippa Reed, but I hear that she has passed. I'm like still very heavily leaning on the staff. Pull out a hanky.
Thank you.
Like just endless pockets where things get produced.
She died with honour, and it may or not have been our fault, but, you know, that's debatable.
I think when you live a mercenary life, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn that now since I've been hanging around with these guys for a while.
It is unfortunate. I was hoping to talk to her about the word of Baldarai. And I just sit cross-legged. If we are going to be talking, I prefer not to stand for too long.
So
I
we sit in the
plunge
road.
into the bag of holding and I pull out the 3 books of Balderai and the leaflets.
Oh, excellent. And I pull out a very crudely handwritten copy. I found this in Korean. And place it.
That was me that copied it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, they wouldn't have let you take
Oh no,
one
she's
copy
copied it in her own hand. It's just paper bound together.
Oh, sure. In common or draconic?
It is in Draconic.
Fair enough. Then yeah. But you can probably read that because you...
I can't.
Okay.
Okay, well.
This is...
We can have secret conversations.
Oh, you speak Draconic?
Yes. I respond in Draconic.
But it's one of those things that everyone knows. Like if you were to say we,
We.
everybody knows that's draconic. But yes,
Da.
da.
I wish to talk to her. I heard that this is a dying god and the religious basis is not possibly the best in the world, and I wanted to talk with her about how it could help.
Well.
Although, if you have lost your cleric recently, maybe Providence has brought me to you for another reason.
When
Maybe.
Balderai closes a door, she opens a
opens-
window. She brings us a lizard.
She goes, "Come in through the window."
I highly doubt that Balderai intended for Pippa to die.
No, I think they were quite fond of each other.
Well, she is with her god now, and we pick up the pieces with what's left.
We go kill my cousins.
Do they run into the cave? Is that where we're going?
I think we're going to a cave. Or going to find Jeff. But I'm guessing Jeff might be in the cave.
Jeff.
Who the fuck is Jeff?
Jeremy just stands and starts shouting, "Jeff."
Do I know who Jeff is? Would Lorelei know?
No.
Well,
Yeah, I think you were outside digging the hole when you were having this conversation with
You shout
the
Jeff a
fire.
few times, and a few of the villagers look at you,
Yes?
look back at the village, and then 2 of them run off.
Jeremy runs after them.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Athletics, isn't it? Yep.
He's quite impulsive.
He's got a lot more impulsive.
Wait, am I
now.
still on your shoulder?
16.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, 22.
They outrun you.
One of them, dives into a ditch. The other one just keeps running. And
Throw me, Jeremy!
have to toss me. No, yeah. And sprints straight into the pub.
Nice.
So, I think Jeremy would go back. He knows where these villagers are. He would go back to Artie, Moira, Ned, and Lorelei. Moira, I know you came to try to speak to Pippa. She was here to stop people from abusing this religion that you seem quite interested in now.
Oh, sorry. Give me a quick perception.
Just regular perception.
Yep.
By this point, I've pulled out
15.
a very crudely carved
sorry,
pipe,
I apologise. Carry on.
and I've just like almost with one of my talons, just flick it and create a spark that lights it. And I'm like,
Neda is very impressed and is like,
No, I have a lot of people to kill today. I thought I would be satisfied with just helping Neder to blast them in the testicles with lightning, but it seems that my lust for vengeance has grown beyond the scrotum to the whole of evil.
Is that an anus?
Yes.
The whole of evil.
And indeed the taint as it travels from the scrotum to the whole of evil.
that's the most evil part.
Yeah.
It's all stolen
and what would the point of this vengeance be?
Jeremy is aghast. Justice.
For who?
He's never been asked that question before.
If you seek vengeance for your friend is dead. What you do now is not really of her concern.
You make an interesting point. But I tell you what, I'm going to beat them to death. And then we can check on the results and compare our findings.
How's it going for you then? Just like acting on your impulses. Does that work for you? Because it doesn't seem to.
It's more of a long-term plan. I'm
It-
going to
It's
keep
all
acting, on,
coming
keep
together.
acting on my impulses until it all works out.
You're looking for me, eh?
Jeff.
And it's just someone steps up from behind the fence. He's just got an arrow knocked in a bow. He's not like lifting it up, but it's sort of at a 45-degree angle. Can I
Crunch as I get up.
can I be of assistance? Sort of holding the bow down here, but down there. I'm acting it out, but it's underneath the screen, so you can't tell.
Jeff,
Aye.
I have some people to kill.
Am I one of them?
No, but you know where they are.
Puts the arrow very carefully back in his quiver. And where would that be?
Cavern.
Oh, you don't want to go there.
Oh,
do,
I think we do.
and I'm in a hurry.
What is the agenda? Why do we go in there?
1 gold, I'll take you. And then your time's your own.
See that manor over there?
Yeah.
It's the first thing that I've set on fire in these 24 hours. Do you want to be the second?
Roll intimidation.
Oh my god!
I really don't think that I like the direction this is
10.
going in.
10. Equally, I don't want to be caught leading people to the fucking cave.
Can we stop a minute? Why are we going in there? What is our agenda and why?
killing cousins.
Yes.
But are the cousins there?
I don't know. Well,
Are all your cousins evil?
pretty much.
This cave is dangerous?
I ain't seen anything walk out of it apart from one bastard, and as far as I can tell, you guys was looking to kill that one.
Which bastard?
The
Toffee.
guy- well,
No, the one
The one
that
that killed
escaped
Pippa.
at the last minute that killed
Yeah.
Pippa.
I don't want him seeing me going anywhere near that.
I've got an invisibility spell.
That's all very well and good for you.
I can make you invisible.
1 gold, I'll do it, and then I can fuck off.
But
It'll get me going for a few weeks.
Start
That
playing
will.
the piano.
Somewhere in the back of Jeremy's mind he's going, but if he's invisible, how will we follow him?
but what is the purpose?
Vengeance.
This
Is-
person has killed one of your party.
Yes.
Do you wish it to become 2?
Oh no, it'd likely be 4.
I am interested in your knowledge of Baldur, and for that it will help, but it seems a bit much to risk your lives in this person's homestead?
The calming influence of Moira is rubbing off on Neda,
Plus-
and she kind of
plus
sits
Lorelai's
down and has been
piano.
like in the piano, and she's kind of like thinking about her life choices for a second. She's been like, what is the right thing to do?
You were then handed a cup of like jasmine.
She takes the tea.
just handing tea out. Like they're all very crudely carved cups.
I think
While
you'd like
this
my uncle.
calm contemplation's happening, Jeremy reaches into the bag of axes, grabs the 3 rings that he found,
Mm-hmm.
sticks them in Jeff's hand.
He looks at them. Gives one bite. Done. Let me know when you want to head off.
I think, right, Neda's getting a headache. She's thinking, maybe we should go to the pub, have a few drinks, see how we feel, get to tell you a bit about Boulder Eye, what we know,
That's what's interested me greatly.
and we should make a plan, because I feel that's what Pippa would have wanted.
That is absolutely not what we've done.
I feel we should probably elect formal leader. Without Jade, we seem to have gone a bit amok. We're not working well together.
I don't want to be the leader. Neda's leading days are numbered for 2 days, and 1 person died, so no.
Neither do I. I don't want to lead nothing. Apart from you guys to that cavern, then I'm done.
I think by default that makes it you.
Okay.
Neda kind of makes a little paper hat and puts it on.
I think before we go in, we should go to the pub, find out what we can about this cavern. Forewarned is... What's the word phrase?
Forearmed.
Forearmed. Yeah, forewarned is forearmed. Knowledge is very powerful, you know.
There will be a chance, but running in is not the answer.
Come on, you love the pub. I'll buy you a beer.
I think you might be falling into a worse trap. Yep. Jeremy heads into the pub.
Mine's an
Okay.
old familiar. Thanks.
Okay.
With surprising speed, considering she's been hanging on to the staff, it just goes over her back and she follows Jeremy in.
Go absinthe.
Slides sideways into the door.
Yeah.
I'll have a Jaeger bomb.
Jeff comes along. You can see now he's sort of wearing multiple layers. He's the guy who was wearing all the hunting gear and had the bow. Who was looking at...
Right,
Like
how
in-
much is it for a round for my friends?
Oh, like 1.5 silver. So 1 silver, 50 copper.
I'm just going to spend two silvers because I haven't got the right amounts to calculate that.
You can see the lanky youth with the apron is behind the bar. He takes the extra and seems very grateful for it.
Buy yourself a
right.
textbook.
All right.
No,
miss.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Buy beer.
I was just going to say I don't know where I could get a textbook around here, for sure.
Oh, hang on. Starts running him.
Mm.
Pulls out a basic ABCs like a mathematics textbook. It's got basic. It's got some basic algebra in it.
All right, and then he hands you 50 copper.
No.
Okay,
Though
thank you very much.
if you have any information about that weird cavern, then we'd like to know what you know.
Oh,
We're
Posted in the
scholars.
cabin nearby.
I mean, you came in with Jeff. He's the only one who's been nearby.
So you
I
don't-
know.
None of the rest of us really go anywhere near that.
But there are things you learn by proximity and things you learn by conversation.
Surely working here, you've heard rumours of the place.
I mean,
Or any strange sounds coming from it.
roll persuasion.
Is that? Oh, girl.
Yeah, go
okay. Moira's best roll.
I should have done that.
Yeah, you absolutely should have done that. That would be an 8.
Well, you were, to be honest, you were both saying things.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Okay.
like, I'm just thinking this as you were saying this, but yeah. No, so, oh yeah.
No.
Well, still a
Fine.
really bad roll. 11.
11.
I'm not
Well-
going to use that one.
I do know, well, no, really. The most I know is what direction it's in, to be honest. I mean, Jeff gets a bit drunk and he'll ramble about it, but I don't think he's been in it either. I just think he knows where it is.
Let's buy Jeff another drink. Get him drunk and then let's talk about it.
There's Jeff in the corner with his pint of Old Familiar.
Would you like another?
Aye, sure.
Okay, I'll buy him another.
Same again. Yeah.
I also
It's 5 copper.
I also head up to the bartender. If there is anyone who
It's a real
requires
cheap local bit.
healing within the village, let me know. I will be stationed here probably for the next couple of hours.
Right, you are. Oh, sorry, the bartender. Christ, sorry. All right. There's a bit of a thing that as soon as you get any sort of injury, you go up to the manor house. So
Has anyone come back from the manor house?
no.
Well, I think it is safe to assume that they were not being healed.
That is probably likely, but
Did
then anyone who
nobody
complained
realise
about
that?
it also went up to the manor house.
Well, I am saying come to the pub and I will treat you in the light of day and not take you somewhere to be killed.
Right, yeah, miss. I'll spread the word.
Lorelei is becoming increasingly grateful that you set fire to the place as she hears more about it. First, I thought that's really reckless, but now I'm like, that place was evil.
I'm just like setting out herbalist pouches, lighting my pipe again.
After about like 20 minutes or so, there is one lad who comes in with a bit of a limp. And he's sort of, I've been hiding this. And you can see where he's like strapped a stick to his leg.
Oh no.
And it makes him hobble a bit, but it means he can actually hold onto his leg, and it does appear to be slightly broken.
No, we can fix that. Like the pipe is designed in a way that I can set it down and it doesn't spill.
Like my food mixer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's got a flat bottom.
is this
So,
could
I
I
think they make
fix
the rock and roll go
could I
round.
fix this with a herbalist or is this a cure wounds
This is
situation?
probably cure wounds and broken leg.
Cast first level cure wounds on him.
Sure. And there's sort of he seems to spring back a bit as you see like his leg almost reinflate,
Yeah, it, like
And
pops
set-
and reinflates back in.
and then he's sort of like his eyes are wide as saucers, and he sort of sits down heavily, and like you see his like splint just sort of cracks and falls off. It's like almost like Forrest Gump and that, but yeah.
And I slide a tea over. It's a lot first time.
All right. And he takes a drink. Thank you very much.
This is no problem.
I'm just going to sit here for a bit.
That is entirely fair.
And he just sort of sits down and just stays down.
Sounds like
I like this babushka.
sounds like they treated the villagers here like horses. Break a leg, you die.
It definitely has a slavery kind of feel to it.
It does. Are you paid fair wages? I asked the barman.
I mean, we kind of overcharged you for that first round, I'll be honest. We ain't really seen money for a while. We pretty much eat what we farm, and I'm not even sure where this came from. It just sort of came up, and then I'm the one who dishes it out. And he's gesturing to the barrels behind him. There's some smaller ones that have spirits, and there's some rather large ones that have like a homebrew.
Insight, I want to do a medicine check on the bloody alcohol.
Sure.
Seems like there's some
Well,
sort
that's,
of communism thing
Jeremy's
going
trying
on
to
here.
sneak behind the bar to drink directly from the barrels.
I procure a
That's
book on
fair.
Karl Marx and I ask, is this a communist society? No, I don't.
That's a 16, just to see if there's anything weird with the alcohol that would make them more compliant or more...
You take like a whiff, and there's sort of an odd, like a spice note
Stop drinking.
to the specifically to the better alcohol. It does seem like almost like a numbing sort of soporific, but in really low dose quantities.
Is it similar to what's in the bottles that...
Yes.
Has the population by any chance been a little calmer since these have arrived?
I mean, we're all they've been here for months at this point.
I would stop drinking all the top shelf.
Right. Okay. What will I do with it then?
My
Give it to
suggestion would be pour it.
How much can I buy that from you, the top shelf?
A gold, and it's yours.
I give him a gold and I put all of it into the bag of holding.
Sure. And you watch this very carefully. Yeah, sure.
Jeremy's trying to intercept.
How
us,
many
I think.
bottles is this?
There's 3 barrels. They're about yay big. About how to say, like maybe gallon and a half. Yeah.
3 barrels
like
of drugged.
10, 12 pints
Ale.
sort of thing.
Yeah, drugged ale.
Yeah. Drugged. Oh no, this is some sort of spirit.
Oh,
Drugged spirit.
Yeah.
This could be useful.
This could be very useful.
Fuel to the fire.
We were encouraged to like take a tot of this every evening.
Yep.
It's got a sedative in it, so you'll be compliant.
It makes the
Right.
population less likely to riot.
Yes, what she said.
Right.
So who was exactly telling you to do this?
Good. Your halfling.
Oh,
They say it's your cousin. Your mate Toffee.
Did he live?
no,
Yes.
yeah, he's still alive.
While I'm here, let me check the grain. Wander off. I'm gonna go check the grain stores.
Sure.
2-pint jug booze.
Roll me nature or medicine.
2
It's medicine.
pairs of shoes.
19.
19. Seems perfectly normal, natural stuff.
And the jerky meat, all good, all normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the beer as well. The beer barrels seems because essentially, if you didn't have ready access to a good well,
You
just
drank
have
beer.
really really weak beer.
Got a ray of sickness scroll. What was that?
I wander back in and go, just the beer by the looks of it. Ease myself back down. You hear a couple of cracks.
Just
Freaky armor.
specifically
The spirits.
the spirits. Yeah, it's not even like it's not really whiskeyed, or it does kind of smell woody like a whiskey, but yeah, it's just strong spirit.
The
With,
irony
like, a
is
spice in
my
it.
surname is Good Barrel.
Oh yeah,
Damn
shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Now this toffee feels like he's worth following.
Yes, he's an asshole.
Well,
I
yes,
s-
but
oh,
also
my
if he is capable of doing this here.
Yes, he's a dangerous person that we should stop immediately because I don't think he's going to stop being evil.
But also he murdered the people here.
Yes,
I feel like
he helped murder the people.
we should tell someone about that.
Doesn't seem like they've really got any sort of law enforcement here.
No,
or any
they are.
contact with the outside world.
Well, the law enforcement would be based on the residents of the estate. That estate is now gone, so these people, in effect, are without help if we leave.
Good point.
Your cousin could just come back and do this all over again.
Exactly.
Or someone worse.
Yes.
I don't know, he sounds pretty bad. Could it be worse?
Oh, I think it could always get
Could,
worse.
could be my other cousin.
How's Jeremy doing in this hole?
At the moment, he's making his way around the pub, trying to find half finished glasses of booze to swill.
There are a few tankards. Yeah,
Why
it's
you-
pretty low alcohol content beer, but yeah, this old familiar they talk about.
Is Jeremy okay?
As this is happening, occasionally little puffs of smoke or sparks are appearing, and he keeps sort of looking over his shoulder and saying, "No, both arms. Hit them with both arms."
He's being maybe a little bit more Jeremy than usual, but
Scratching his back.
With my passive insight, would I be able to...
Probably. You look over and go on, give me a roll. Roll insight.
A bread roll.
But my natural insight is so much better.
But you're looking over and you're pondering it. Specifically.
13.
13. You can explain a little of it, if you like. He doesn't seem to have anything medically wrong with him.
Oh, I disagree there.
So does Moira ask something?
She's just looking at the moment and like trying to ascertain. No, she would actually. There appears to be something on your back.
Yeah, it's nothing to worry about. A couple of days ago, my brain got eaten.
Oh, I missed that bit.
And
This
it
is
was,
why he's like that.
It was fine because my good friend Lorelei gave me a squirrel brain sort of transplant thing, and it all
Did I?
Yep.
did.
yeah.
You polymorphed into a
You
squirrel.
polymorphed him into a squirrel, which gave him intelligence, and then polymorphed him back again.
It was really clever. You were being Jaegered, but yeah.
And ever since then, I've been able to do some stuff I didn't used to be able to.
Okay.
But the squirrels are also kind of weighing in on some of my decisions a bit more than they used to. And my back's itchy.
Told you should have turned him
May
into a
I see your
jellyfish.
Scored in Wibbly Wobbly.
Jeremy rips off his top and turns around.
Stand up for Moira. She's just leaning on a stick.
Maybe we should polymorph him into something that has
How's the
impulse
back
control.
looking?
It's marked with a tattoo.
Ah, yeah.
A large tattoo.
Of a squirrel.
Yes.
Yes, Neda's already seen it because she was random. Like, I can't remember.
I think
there
Neda
was,
was
there, was, there, was,
perfect.
there was a situation where I was under your coat looking at it, going, "What?"
It's almost like there's that hillside carving in chalk of a running horse that's like flowing lines. It's like that, but for a squirrel. And it's weirdly jagged in places, but this does tweak. You start to suspect this might be similar.
Could I create a salve for it?
No, because it looks like a tattoo. It looks healed. It doesn't look like it's in pain.
Just a bit of Nutella will do alright.
Healthy skin around it. Yeah.
I've been able to make things taste like nuts since this happened.
This is a reasonable skill to have.
It's
That's
delicious.
handy. Yeah.
Do they taste like nuts to everyone or just you?
No, to everyone, I believe.
Lorelei, have a drink.
Yeah.
He looks over at the drink and he sort of leans over his shoulders. Yeah, we'll go for it. So it goes like this. Your drink tastes like almonds.
I hate almonds.
You said almonds would be good.
It tastes like that Disaronno
Do
shit.
you get through a lot of shirts, right?
Yeah. Honestly, they just get in the way.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Moira's just pouring herself a beer behind the bar at this point.
Oh yeah.
I've just pushed the kid out of the way and I'm pouring myself one.
Oh, he's gone down to like look at the gold coin and like memorize every detail of it. It's more money than he's ever seen.
Settles back in. Shawls kind of encompass around her.
Okay. How do you feel now about going into the caves?
How does Jeremy feel?
How does everyone feel?
We still do not know what is in there.
Yeah, Neda
I
goes
don't
and sits
think
next to the
anyone
hunter guy,
does.
Jeff, and just kind of
How about
stares.
I go in and
He stares
scout?
down at you.
Yes, you can do that quietly, no?
Yes.
I can help you with this.
Pass without trace.
Enhance ability.
And I can do an invisibility spell.
What's in the cabin?
It's weird.
Rolling insight on whatever he says.
He takes a swig.
Oh, it's high.
Normally, I can see pretty good in like low light and what have you. You walk up to this though, and it's almost like the shadows come out to like greet you, and then they walked in, and the shadow like pushed back with them. It's almost like it bowed out, and then it bowed back into the cavern, like wobbled a bit, and then stopped.
This sounds like what was around Kenilworth.
That was a 27 on insight.
He seems, quite scared by this. He's relaying this quite upsettingly, and it's upsetting him a bit. But he's girded himself with this booze and is,
How far away is
Seems
the
honest.
cabin?
It's about an hour and a half's walk.
Well, how about we all make the journey part of the way?
Mm-hmm.
We stop, we let Lorelei and Jeff go forward, and we see what Lorelei can find.
How did we get past the weird shadowiness last time?
We
Did
went into the
went-
catacombs.
Oh, right. So maybe.
That was like a necromantic miasma across the whole city.
You know what he's describing? The darkness bowing out to meet you halfway. Would I know what that is?
Roll me, go on, Arcana. Sure.
Come on, Deeces, don't let me down.
Pieces for Mises.
Yeah, that is a 28.
28. There are deeper shadows than than the mere absence of light. You do know there is the Shadow Fell.
Which is like a realm.
It's like on the same level as the Feywild. It precedes the 4 elemental planes and which themselves precede the 12 outer planes. The Shadowfell is a place of darkness and nightmares. You can, through it, there is a rumoured further plane. You're not sure about that one. 28 doesn't get you there, but
I'd like to recount this to my friends as an explanation of what's likely in that cave.
Things that go to the Shadowfell become infected with the shadow quite often if they're incautious. it is unlikely anything could come back, bring it to the material plane, and then infect things there.
Do you have any books on this that, maybe came from the estate before you burned it?
Oh, I pull out the book.
Hmm.
But in a language I can't understand.
Moira can read Abyssal, because it turns out that's a really bloody useful language to
Do
have.
you know Abyssal?
No.
It is not abyssal.
It is not Abyssal.
Is that... What languages do you have?
Abyssal, the common, draconic.
Undercommon, Dwarvish, Thieves' Cant,
Is that it? Nope.
Halfling.
Oh.
But I feel like Nether probably knows Halfling.
Yes.
Also no. But yeah, Nether can just have secret conversations with everyone.
I don't think we should go in there until we know how to counteract it.
So, if it's like the other place, then surely there is another way in. Because it seems to...
Getting in is fine, it's getting back out.
Yes.
You stay in the darkness, you go insane.
It would also depend geographically where you are.
Yeah.
Would Dimension Door get us in and out?
Yes.
Right.
If you dimension door 500 feet, it can basically pass any barrier, but you have to know that there's a space you're dimensioning door into. But it would get you past, say, a barrier. Yeah.
It would get me back out.
Yeah, it'd get you back out as well if you walked in and then dimension doored out. Yes.
So
That would actually be more reliable.
if we go to Karain and I learn the spell and then we come back again, then I'm not getting myself stranded in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
What say you?
Is there anything else that needs doing while we are?
That
That I
sounds
can
like a
think
plan.
I wonder if the Master's still going to follow us now we don't have any of the last Scions.
Probably. I mean, we're probably people of interest.
We
so,
did piss him off, didn't we?
Yeah.
We stole his... Yeah.
Quite a bit.
So we go back to Karain?
Yeah, let's go. Let's...
Should we borrow a horse and carriage?
What will we do with the people here?
We'll come back. They'll be alright. You got food? Got water?
I mean, we've got some supplies. We might be I might personally be moving on from this place. You can have your rings back. To be honest, it seems like a bit of a shit place. I might ply me trades. I hear there's good work out by Esk.
Oh, do we need Jeff to show us where this cavern is before he
Will
goes?
you show us where this cavern is before you vanish?
Alright, but then I keep the rings, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll follow him there so we know where it is, but not go in.
Yes, we'll... Yes, and then you
yes,
can keep...
let's
He
go
takes a
check
deep
out.
breath
see
and
what
then
we're-
next the rest of his pint. Alright then. We can, while it's still light.
Yeah, let's go.
Admittedly, it is still basically morning, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And he sort of like does both hands down, steps up, and then takes a breath. Don't know why I said that so weird. Yeah. And walks out the door.
Really built some suspense around him standing up.
A little bit. So, yeah.
Yes, we follow him.
Okay. He takes you, walks about into the forest. There's a few like deer tracks. It's a nice like managed forest for a bit, and then it just starts getting gnarly, and there's like roots everywhere. And it's rocky terrain. You're stepping over. There's weird little intersecting deer tracks. One you do notice like very occasionally footsteps here and there, like not the noise. You see them on the floor where it gets particularly muddy. There is a particular track he seems to be following, a particular route. You can give me a survival if you want, but you don't have to. Please lead the way. Sure, go for it.
I am just keeping an eye out for herbs.
17.
Before we
Sure.
left, I conjured a phantom steed and I'm riding on a pretend horse for an hour.
Fair enough.
If Nether liked
Have
she's
you-
riding Jeremy.
Yeah, and then just sat on Jeremy's shoulders.
Or you can
Sure.
come on the thing
Just
with me.
occasionally ducking underneath branches, much like Lorelei is on the horse. Yes. You do note, it takes you a while, but eventually you start seeing this particular pattern of broken branches, quite high up, maybe about 10 feet up, where on certain trees it seems to be particularly marked by a branch that comes like a forked branch, and the left branch is like snapped downwards and it's hanging off.
Who else is good with survival? That could try and work out why this would be.
Oh shit, so am I.
Moira?
I'll go for it.
Find out why these things are broken.
That would be a 20, not natural.
20, not natural. Well, both of you with the 17 and with 20 can realise that this appears to be intentionally marked to basically mark a path. It does take you maybe about 45 minutes to an hour to really like spot the pattern. You slightly quicker than Jeremy, but yeah, you start seeing like this appears to be the marked path.
It also occurs to you as you're walking with Moira, she is not quiet. There's just clanks and clanks and clanks.
Would you like to come on the steed?
Yes.
There you go. I help Moira up into the horse.
Very slowly and very creakily, with a few like knuckle cracks.
Oh no, like, I just poke eye on Jeremy. Thank you.
I'm not even going to make you roll for it. Fair enough.
Just sits on, like, sets the staff across.
Why do we have an ear in our bag? Oh, I put it in there, didn't I?
Yeah,
That ear has been surprisingly useful.
yeah, we're gonna keep throwing it at people.
It's
You
the
know.
linchpin of the whole campaign.
Although, Diego, I'll take one of the eggs because we were relying way too much on it being
God,
good
yeah.
last time.
Oh yeah, the conjuration egg was lovely.
What did we use that?
We used
Yep.
the conjuration
Alright,
egg
used it.
because we thought it would be great in battle.
What was it?
It was a monkey playing the cymbals.
Okay, so we've used that.
Yeah.
That's gone then.
Damn it, should have gone back for it.
Beautiful moment when Lorelei rolled this egg at one of the
Could we stop
elementals.
for a tea break?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
So, anyone watching, we're just going to mute the microphones for about 5-10 minutes,
Got the hand bomb.
reboil the kettle, and then we'll be back. We'll leave the cameras on, but we'll be silent. Okay.
Okay.
Hang on.
I was Wednesday.
Is that on?
with the
Yeah,
footage.
that should be on, I believe.
Back in, it's gone all on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really hope I didn't.
It's my
Yeah,
hairdresser
okay.
quit.
So, you arrive eventually at this cavern in the woods, and it is sort of at the foothills of like a larger, it's almost like a massive earthen mound, but it just like bobbles up, what they're called, drumlins. Yeah. And at the base of one of those, there is just a rocky part, and in it a large gap. And the guy whose name you never actually got, this goes.
I thought his name was Jeff.
Yeah, I thought his name was
Oh, yeah,
Jack.
his name is Jeff. Okay, you did get his name. Yeah. Sorry, it's the bartender you never got.
Yeah,
That's fine,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, Jeff.
We
Go
just
He is
called
also
him-
called Jeff.
Old chap. Bartender, old chap.
Except he was quite a young lad. Anyway, Jeff goes, yeah, there it is. Right, I'm not going to get any closer than this, and you're about currently 200 feet away. But yeah, best of luck to you.
Right. To Coraine.
And
Do
you
I
look at
know
this
of
thing.
any spell that
It doesn't look the same as the necromantic mist. I will say that was sort of like a milky green.
Mm-hmm.
This
is the dark
is almost like it because we're getting on to about early afternoon currently, and so it is fairly bright sun. The sun is overhead, but this sort of it's almost like maybe gelatinous or something, but it seems to be black and just covers almost naturally covers the entrance. But there's an odd thing where like the shadows aren't quite pointing the right direction.
Do I
So
know
that
of any
doesn't say.
spell that would like be exceptionally handy in when I'm in?
Hmm.
Would like sunlight be handy? Is that a spell? Sunlight?
Daylight.
Daylight, that's
You-
the one.
Yeah.
The
daylight,
sunbeam or
probably.
daylight.
Sunbeam as well, yes.
So,
would be
Sunbeam
handy.
7th level.
I've
that-
got a
that was
pla-
have it.
Oh yeah, what's
Daylight, I believe, is 4th level.
I've
So-
got daylight. It's 3rd.
A 3rd. Oh,
So I could learn that
Oh, no.
as well if I'm going in.
then it's not day. It's dawn, which is a 4th
Ah,
level
okay.
spell. Yeah.
Can I
Um,
learn that?
Daylight is bright light, but it doesn't undo magical darkness. I believe dawn is rather more powerful.
I can't use it from the looks of it.
What happens
Daylight.
if
Oh, it's a Xanathar spell.
It should still, yeah, no, it's
Oh. You're looking
castable
at
by
all
clerical
available.
wizard. Oh yeah, no, it's a 5th level spell. That's why.
Oh, 5th level, right.
Yeah.
So we could
If
look
I'm
for dawn.
if I'm dimension dooring, I won't
Mm.
have the spell slot for dawn.
Hmm.
It's also a cylinder.
Yeah.
Light of dawn shines down on a location you specify within range until the spell ends at 30-foot radius. 40-foot high cylinder with bright light glimmers there. This light is sunlight. When the cylinder appears, each creature in it must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 40-10 damage, etc. 5th level evocation.
What does
Yeah.
daylight? Would daylight help?
Daylight
It doesn't combat magical darkness.
doesn't combat magical darkness. You might even say that dawn doesn't really combat it either. You could try dispel magic.
Or if it's a whole other like a whole other realm though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Hmm.
Daylight. If any of this spell's area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower,
Yeah.
the spell that created the darkness is dispelled. So you
3rd level or lower. Yeah.
I think they're probably
higher level.
pissing in the wind with that.
Mm.
Oh, Jeremy pings it while we're here.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah, what's my range?
Hmm.
Ooh, let's find out.
What? Yeah.
Cast identity.
60 feet.
Oh, you're currently 200 feet away. You can sneak up to it.
Oh, he's not even going to sneak.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez.
You march up to it.
Yep.
60 feet. Give it a ping. Yep. I'm going to have to actually look up. I believe it's
I have to touch
evocation,
it to
but I
identify
forgot
it.
to check. Ba.
Just on the off chance it was an illusion or something.
No, sure. Ba. Evocation. I was right.
Oh, and Jeremy accidentally rolled a deception check with -1. So I don't know how deceived that cave was.
You're gonna tell us it's a bear.
You pick up a tree branch and use it as a disguise by placing it in front of your top lip to be a mustache.
Somehow, while trying to lie, you tell the truth. -1 deception.
I went to bed at night.
We know, Jeremy. We know.
Right.
Considering he sleeps on top of Neda.
Let's go to Coraine
Considering the
then.
sound of that
And
teapot pouring for the Foley work.
I think
I
go to
can-
Coraine and arm ourselves then.
Mm.
I could potentially do something else while we're on the way to maybe find out what sort of creatures we will be dealing with.
Shall we go back to the village and get a horse and carriage if they have one?
Yes.
Around here, you're actually starting to approach the next country over. This is like pretty much empty landscape. Most of it. There's obviously a lot of it is heavily forested. But yeah, you estimate you'd be maybe a week or two walk from Fedun, the next country over.
Would I have no Fedun?
I probably would, because I'm a
You'd
far
have heard
traveller.
of it.
Probably would.
You've probably never been there.
Okay.
Lorelei,
I'm
you
a far
came.
traveller. I've been loads of places.
Yes, but this was your first time in this continent.
Ah.
But you had probably heard of it because people like to expound on where they've travelled as well, and they'd be inviting you to that sort of circle.
Have I?
Moira,
I've been all over.
possibly, yes.
I think I'll have probably been in that country, if not that city.
How good's Moira's geography though? Straight
Probably.
intelligence.
Oh, not terrible. 13.
Dice or
13. Is that a roll?
rubbish.
No, that's just.
Oh.
Do you want me to roll intelligence?
Yeah, roll intelligence.
I like this one. How do?
Roll it.
Oh, there it is.
That's one of the ones.
That
I
would be
got
a 6.
from the
6. There's not exactly like passport offices. You've probably been there. You're not sure.
I kind
You're
of
not
just
even
want
really
to.
sure quite about the geography of where you are currently.
I just wander city to city and hope for the best.
Sure.
That's the one I got.
So it doesn't roll very well.
I pinched a couple. That one as well. Right, shall we head to Karain then?
We will head to Corain, see what we can find.
I'd like to try and get a horse and carriage at the village we were just in.
Should we just?
I put on my montage hat.
There are 2 things I'd like to do if we're.
Sure. Takes you about a week to get there.
So,
At some point in this journey, I would cast Commune.
Sure. So you head off by yourself and cast.
I'd just wait until I'm on my own on a watch
Okay.
and just strike all the incense.
Sure.
I've never done this before, so I'm not sure if it'll work. I'm gonna try.
Commune.
With
am I
Baldur?
creating all
3 questions that can be answered with yes or no. So with Baldur.
What, do I see anything as I?
Deity or divine proxy? You spent some time doing this, and you get a sense.
I'll probably fog up the whole of the dome with incense as I do this.
Actually, smoke can pass freely through it. But yes, you do if so chosen. But yeah, but it's a nice sagey scent, and after a while, you do sort of get a sense of not warmth, but sort of like a band wrapping around your chest, and then wrapping around your lap, and then carrying on. And it's not constricting, it's not painful. There is an odd sort of sense of wings around you, like they're coming out of your shoulders. There is a presence in front of you.
Just knowing the group, I'll ask, did Pippa Reed make her way to you safely?
This strange head that seems to it wraps around your shoulders. It comes out and comes up, and it's almost like a spectral, but it's the whole thing looks like almost like a tongue almost, and it bows its head once.
2 more questions, yes or no.
You could ask if I'm right about the Darkfell.
Is Lorelei correct in her assumption about the Darkfell being in that cavern when we are considering to go?
God damn it.
Is the darkness that encompasses that cavern
Escapable?
escapable?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
There is sort of a tilt of the head as this feeling dissipates, and it's almost like it evaporates out, and the feeling of the presence like wrapping around you, it just slowly goes, and there's just a gentle flutter of wings,
Well, that
Is
was
this-
more successful than expected.
Translucent, mostly transparent entity leaves.
The first time Iron Jeremy wakes up in the morning and screams, I beat him with the stick.
Roll the
With
attack.
surprising force.
I really respect that.
21.
Is that your AC?
It certainly is not.
Oh yeah, then yeah, smacking one.
He gets smacked in the chest.
You don't even see it coming. There's just
Face.
and then
I'm like, Babushka, no! So I'm just now like,
Probably have advantage. I was prone. Yeah.
okay, you'll get used to
I'd
it.
like
Oh no, that's another. I was going to say there's a barbarian thing where you can't be surprised.
I'm
I'd like
stood
to do-
already.
I want to do a religion check
Well,
to
that's a
see if
high
she's
level
Baba
thing.
Yaga.
So, yeah.
Not Baba Yaga.
Sure.
No,
Roll.
I'm joking.
Actually, no. He's got that right now.
He does this every morning?
Every
Yes,
morning,
but it's
yeah,
quite.
pretty
It's
much.
quite
You
specific.
get used to it. It's a good alarm clock, to be honest, because he's
where
pretty
is it
much
again?
on time every time. So you know it's
Can't be
what time it is
surprised.
as soon as he screams.
Where is it?
He's like a cockerel.
Yeah, a slightly more loud, obnoxious
So
cockerel
level 8.
with a mind of a squirrel.
I'll make
Feral
breakfast.
instincts. No.
Wander on. Those are my only.
Then yeah. No, you just fetch him a hefty thwack.
Yep.
There is alert a feat that can be taken, but
Oh, there is. If you're surprised at the beginning of combat but not incapacitated, I think it sleeps
Ah.
pretty incapacitated.
well,
Anyway, how much damage?
Oh
does
yeah,
Jeremy take?
I do damage with this, don't I?
yeah, go for it. It's a quarterstaff, so that's a
If we're going to
D6,
Corain,
D8.
we should probably go to the
It'll be a D8
evocation
because I've
tower
done
and find out
two.
what
Two-handed.
this is.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
As I
It'd be-
crack
it'd be
your
the
rib
evocation
cage.
tower that'd be the best people to ask about the blackness,
Jeremy's,
wouldn't it?
Jeremy's roar turns into more of a squeak.
You just see Moira breathing over you, looking for like danger.
They are the ones with whom you have the best contacts, certainly.
We'll start with the evocation tower.
Hmm.
I'm still going to go and find Dimension Door.
I mean, I can't. I mean, who are you asking in this regard? Because as the DM, all I can reference is what you already know.
I'm just like, would Lorelei know what kind of magic this is and which tower to go to accordingly?
Oh, she would. Yeah. Well, Jeremy had looked at it and saw that it was evocation magic.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we go to evocation tower.
Sure.
I would like to go to the shop first for my spell stuff.
I do let you all know, by the way, that Pippery made it to Boulder Eye.
Yeah. So they're just feeling a lot happier knowing
Yeah.
that
A bit emotion.
totes immersion.
Right.
And,
To the spell shop
so the spell shop.
and then to the evocation tower. Okay.
Sure. You head to the basically the magical Argos.
Yeah. Dum, 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 dum. Do you know that Astor have got a thing in like that in now? If you put in your customer order, the robots go shunk, 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 and then it comes out of a slot.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, in
so it's
Morrison's,
Morrison's.
it's at Morrison's.
Ah,
Morrison's.
I'd almost forgotten.
For all your dunk, 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 dunk needs.
Hmm.
Right, okay. So we're getting Dimension Door. And I'm going to need the paper and the ink.
Surly bastard. He's like,
Yeah, can I get stuff for that teleportation circle?
Yeah, I'm going to need that as well. So I'm going to start with Dimension Door.
all right, hang on. We've got the vellum, we've got the inks. You fucking provincial
I don't think
types.
we do
Swear
have some
down,
kind
he
of
just takes a
inks
swig of his
in,
kombucha.
I do have some ink in here.
Yeah, so we do have
Right.
something. But
We don't have Dimension Door. It's
Yeah.
4th level spell scroll. You'll probably have to go to the. Fucking hang on. He looks it up in his big book of spells.
You give Moira the bloody shard of Row and the rest of it.
I've got the bag of holding.
You got the bag of
I've
holding.
got the bag of
Mm.
holding.
You have to talk to the conjuration folks. They have conjuration spells.
Right, I'll take the paper and the ink then,
Aye, done. That's 200 silver.
which
For
is...
4th level
How
spell.
many gold is that?
2 gold.
Okay, I'll give him 2 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got
Sure.
a silver mirror?
You
Um,
want to fetch one?
I have. And I pull out a silver mirror.
5 copper.
They're not 5 coppers.
Sorry.
The
how much are
the spell says they cost millions.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do. Like,
What is this? Dimension Door?
No,
this
it's
is
for scrying.
millions, billion.
My apologies.
worth at least 1,000 gold pieces. I
Which is-
probably
So
don't have
that's
one
1,000
of those.
silver pieces. But
I
yeah,
probably
Which
don't
is
have
how
one
many
of those.
gold?
10 gold. Right. But yeah, that's a rather larger
I'd like to give him 10 gold for the
silver
thing.
mirror.
Could
I have a bag of holding.
Oh, by the way, you can't just mark off the platinum here. Just so you know. You can't just like hand in
No,
the
I know,
platinum
I've got
coin.
gold.
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
then that's fine. Okay. A 10 gold piece silver mirror. It is ornate. It is gorgeous. It is like lined, rimmed, I guess, with beautiful little like crystal beads in different colours.
Oh. I very carefully wrap it and put it in the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Could I potentially borrow that?
If you're very, very careful with it. Do you have a scrying ability?
No.
Ah. So we're going to go to conjuration for the spell and then... Oh, fuck, what are they called? Evocation tower, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So while you two are doing what you do, you three are doing it, I'm going to head to the conjuration tower.
Sure. You head there, and there is the door is open. There does not appear to be a guard. There is a receptionist. Appears to be some sort of translucent spectre.
Hello.
Good day.
I was wondering if you could help me procure a scroll of Dimension Door for my spellbook.
Pulls out a small piece of copper wire. Like, it's translucent as well, which is kind of weird. Speaks into it.
My hairspray's itching my head.
There's a moment. It comes down, and you see a. It's weird. There's a guy. He's floating down through this hole in the ceiling, and he's. The only way to describe this is there's a lot of string attached to him, and on each piece of string is a chicken, and it is flapping, flapping furiously. The whole thing. He very slowly descends. And then they descend around him, and then just start sort of like pecking around. The strings fall away, and he walks forward with a scroll case.
Hello.
Hello. You are looking for a scroll of Dimension Door, I hear.
That's right.
He's holding this in front of him. That would be 2 gold,
Okie dokie.
I believe. Am I right in that, Ivan?
Sounds about right.
It's 50 silver per level of spell, I believe.
Yeah.
So then 2 gold.
I give him 2 gold.
Thank you kindly. You may not keep the box. But he opens this up, and there is indeed, a spell scroll. Looks about right.
And I put
You're
that in.
most welcome.
Now then, are we all going to go to the evocation tower?
Yeah.
He just claps his hands twice, and the chickens reattach themselves to the strings and float over to him, and there's little hooks in his cloak and in his costume, and it sort of lifts him up, and then he floats back up and through the hole in the
I've
ceiling.
got some new ideas for my phantom steed. So I meet you all at the evocation tower then, I assume.
Yeah, I do go and buy a raised dead diamond.
That's right, you need to buy something, don't you,
That
as
is
well?
a 5 gold piece diamond.
That I do pay for.
Sure.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I need anything.
Ooh,
Let
my
me just-
psychic glance doesn't need anything.
I need things at the moment. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Because 5th level spells tend to require quite a bit. I would also like 200 gold pieces, so that would be 2 gold pieces?
Yes.
Worth of diamond dust.
Okay.
No.
How much money is Moira starting out with? We didn't talk this over.
Well, I'm kind of assuming that I'm nicking Pippa Reed's old money.
What is Pippa Reed's old money?
18 gold
18
pieces.
gold pieces, so...
I mean, that's now Neda's money, so you'd have to ask Neda.
I would buy you things for
For
Bushka.
Jeremy's thing, does he need a material
Come here with the shopping.
Or what, sorry?
Yeah, it'd be the 5 gold piece
for
diamond.
his one spell.
Diamond dust worth at least.
Oh, jump.
Yeah.
So that would be
no,
3
I
gold
believe
pieces, so
not.
I've used 8 in
It
total.
would feel
Okay.
weird
Down to
in the
10.
context of why he has it for him to.
Hang on. Let's have a look at jump.
Well, I should probably take the platinum piece to the bank and break it into
Yeah, break
gold.
it down.
It
So
does have
do we
one.
have stuff for teleportation? What do I need for that?
Oh no, yeah, you're
Okay,
gonna need
jump.
to
A grasshopper's hind leg. That's not difficult to find.
It's my nickname now, Babushka.
Well,
It's
it's
not
not impossible.
Is it the babushka or Baba Yaga?
I've gotten quite used to this. So
So you need red chalks
Yeah.
and inks,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
the spell
I threw it
consumes
on the
them.
floor. 1 second.
So that's 50 gold pieces for each spell, which that would be 5 silver
For what, sorry?
for the chalks needed for teleportation circles. It says 50 gold pieces and they get used up.
So 50 silver pieces worth.
Okay.
So 1 gold piece for
Okay.
2 lots of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
and you get 4 lots of it. Treat
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
from Pippa's money.
Yeah. Okay, so that what was it? Chalks.
Yeah, teleportation, chalks, and inks.
Okay.
Times 4.
What the hell else do these spells need? I've never cast this high. Did Jeremy want anything?
I'm going to say no, use your focus of your tattoo.
Yeah, I was gonna. It would feel mechanically
How
weird
much
for him
was
to
that?
know
Yeah.
what he needed
2 gold.
to.
2 gold.
Yeah, that's true. I believe
Yeah.
there would be no components for it. So yeah, instead of using the component pouch, you're
Yeah.
using the focus, which is the... Yeah.
Got that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Got that.
Mhm.
That.
I was thinking, did they sell anything like torches or anything that could create light? Because I have a feeling
Yes.
we're going to need it.
Torches, you can get... they are like... I believe it's 10 copper for 10 torches. They're only really sold in bundles of 5.
Okay.
So yeah, 5 copper for 5 torches.
I will.
What is this spell?
I mean, in fact, there's probably actually the specific price for them if I look it up. I don't know, is that going too far? I've already got the book.
Are we going to try daylight?
Torch. 1 copper piece.
I can't learn daylight.
I've
So in
got
fact-
daylight.
You've got it, or you don't learn
I've got it.
Okay.
No, yeah, 1 copper piece per
Should we go in
torch.
together
Sorry.
then? Because I can
So 10
dimension
copper
door
for
us
10
both now.
torches.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
take
know
10
what you've
torches.
noticed.
Sure. That is still
I am
100
not
for 1
quiet.
silver. So yeah. So 10 copper torch, 10 copper
I
torches.
don't think it
10
matters.
How long do these torches last for?
I believe an hour.
Oh.
There's basically like you're given like the 10 sticks and like a small bucket of pitch, and the sticks have like rope wrapped around the top.
Well, I think we're probably going to be using them because Ned is blind as fuck in the dark. So I'll probably if I get the 100, then then Ned will never be blind again.
I mean, you'd have to put them all in the bag of holding. But
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Absolutely.
they're going to become useful at some point. Ned has got this.
There's
So-
one guy who's like just really fucking confused, but he's already like he's
Bring
sold
me fire.
all his torches. He's had to go next door and like hack apart a few tables and like chairs to get more sticks,
Yes.
wrap them in rope, and then just giving you like little there's like a little bucket of pitch for like every 10 torches. Yeah.
So, for how much was that?
1 silver,
1 silver.
for 100.
Yeah.
Yes.
After being to the evocation tower, we need to take some time for me to learn dimension door.
Have you got the bag of holding?
How has Iron Jeremy been on this
Yes.
whole trip like back? Because he was pretty impulsive
Typing
before we
torches.
left.
Well, I think when he got
Ned
into
has got
terrain,
fire.
while all the
It's
shopping
gonna
was
come in
going in,
useful,
he was
anyway.
in the pub
Yeah.
on the floor,
Well, we're going
Actually,
to need it to
but
lift
in,
the barrels.
in 9.
covered
99?
in whatever
99,
happens to
and
be
then
in a pub
I'll
floor.
carry one.
99 red balloons.
So I imagine Jeremy, he's not.
So at some point, Moira is going to walk in. Jeremy, I suspect you might not be okay.
I'm great.
You are weeping on a tavern floor. This is usually an indication of not great.
These are tears of power, and this is urine of strength. Strength.
Come on, start nudging you with the stick. Come on, table. Get to a table.
Jeremy crawls to the table.
Are you responsible for this one's tab?
Look over at Ned. Ned just goes, how much?
3 silver so far. Thank you.
Alright, and another few coppers for your trouble.
And yep, okay then we won't call the guard.
At this point, Jeremy's trying to lick the spilled beer off of the table.
Jeremy,
Fair?
are you upset about Pippa Reed's death?
What makes you think that?
You're looking spirits off the table. It usually indicates a man of a level of desperation that is not commonly found.
It helps.
Yes, but talking will also help.
No.
Ned is upset too.
I'm upset that you're upset, Jeremy.
I'm just sat there by the evocation tower waiting for your
Yeah,
way
waiting
dinner.
for us all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just sit outside on a bench and start the copying of the spell while I wait for you.
We must kill all of the cousins.
I agree, but we need to get our strength, man. We need to
Jeremy,
get our emotions in check.
Any man born of aunt or uncle.
killing them won't bring Pepper back.
No.
It won't make it feel better.
Nothing will bring Peppa back.
Should we call him Whack Beth?
It is okay. she is with Baldai, and Baldai is becoming stronger. I think there might even be 2 of us now. Who knows?
That's nice.
Would you like to find a fish?
You could talk to the
Talk to
fish.
fish?
Fish.
There's a boat nearby.
I'd like that.
If you
Over
stop,
the journey, you've been talking about the trident of fishing.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're definitely talking about the
If
trident fish.
you stop drinking and maybe let me clean you up a little bit, we can go and look at some fish.
With that, Jeremy stands up. His clothes clear. A cubic meter of his clothing clears itself.
Himself and quite a bit of the bar, the bar stool table, rather. Yeah.
And part of my staff as well, probably quite pristine.
Yeah, suddenly quite shiny.
He goes, okay, let's go talk to a fish.
And you know, it is okay to be upset.
We find a nice fish.
We'll find a nice fish.
Yeah.
Do you want to potentially meet Lorelei so she does not get confused?
Yes. So yeah, Neda's gonna go find Lorelei while they go find a fish.
While we go find a fish.
Mhm. Sure. Okay, who would like to go first? Sure.
Hi Lorelei. They're going
Find
to
her
go
outside.
find fish because Jeremy's sad.
Find it outside your old place of
And
business.
this makes complete sense to me. Ah, what would we like to call it? Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, we go into the evocation tower.
Yep. You're greeted by the same snooty receptionist. He waves you upstairs without really looking up from his, you're not sure, like magazine.
Okay, I go up the stairs.
Neda follows.
There is the, you go to the back and there is the lift. The big like chunk of floor that just rises up beneath you. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a grinding noise and grinding, and then it stops and there's just a thump. And you are on the floor of, yes, Terrigan Mezek. No. Sorry, Malanthus sent by. Wrong
Yeah,
one.
I've got his name here, Melanthus.
Yeah.
I knew it was on there for a reason.
Hi again.
There's a boom! And give me both a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to use this one.
19.
16.
Fortunately, being short, you manage to duck just as you see, like, as you're rising up, you see there's this big red circle with like a white circle in it, then a red circle, then a white dot in the middle.
Target.
and there's just the, Malanthus Sentvine is just there with a huge blunderbuss, and he's like, oh, that was bloody close, wasn't it? You've seen this damn thing. And you're kind of used to this, but you've seen this once or twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
you'd be
looks
that
fun.
of Varia Lorelei.
I do.
Ah.
I do be. Yes.
We had a great time blowing stuff up down in Kellingworth. It's almost a shame it got cured, really. What can I do for you?
Well, we've
Oh,
got
he's
new
that
problems
dude.
now.
Okay, so we've been on this village at the fringes of the country,
Oh, aye.
and it's got this cave, and it looks like it's full of Darkfell, but it's not.
We don't know what it is.
We just want an opinion on whether or not we would die if we went in there.
Stibbins! And there's just like timid Stibbins walks up. And and you know this guy, he's sort of kind of wet and like, retiring, and he sort of like hunches over everywhere. But he really gets stuck in the books. And he's leafing through one even as he steps up to you and goes, what did the darkness look like?
It came out to meet the person, and they both sort of dwinged in. That's how it was described.
Well, it does sound like magical darkness. It could be something got infected by the Darkfell, and then was pulled. If it's back through on the material plane, then the Darkfell can still be. The Shadowfell can still be infecting it. But it might not actually be. Are you sure it's not a portal to the Shadowfell?
Yes.
Balderai says it's not.
The cult?
No, the deity.
Hands are leaflet.
Oh, you got that. Oh yeah. I remember this. Yes, you got that yellow, the Gith, the Zerai. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace.
Oh, Right, yeah, right. You're still talking to the god, though. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Right.
Do not question the treaty.
We have a babushka now.
We've met Baba Yaga.
The name Baba Yaga just sort of his face
No, I'm joking.
falls off sideways a bit.
I am joking.
He's not got very good insight.
And I tell him, no, I was joking.
But he's got super fucking smart knowledge. Right. Well, you are still alive, I guess. And just there's an explosion from Malathis. He goes, "But can we kill it?" He goes, "That might actually be quite unwise. It depends. If it's infected by the Shadowfell, killing it would probably sever the connection, and you could cure it, though."
This is what you get for
I might be looking at the stats for Baba Yaga. God, polymorph.
Let's just
Challenge
say,
rating of 20, though. Maybe not quite. Yeah.
could be about right for. Well, I'd say probably a bit higher actually for Baba Yaga.
But soon we can polymorph into Baba Yaga, right? Just asking for a friend.
No. Right. Yeah. So
Moira's
Ponder
final form.
pontificates for a bit. Says, right. He goes back and forth about. Starts talking about the Shadowfell. You hear something about a Raven Queen. It's all a bit. And a thing called Shadar Kai. Not really sure what that's about. He doesn't really explain it any further than naming them. Eventually settles though on he'd be like, right, I'll be right back, and he heads out. Starts and you hear clanking noises. He starts rummaging through a cabinet. It's almost like he's walking through, and there's just bits and pieces knocked over. You hear at one point there's just a huge slump of books just sliding over, and a few ruffled pages sort of come around the corner of this little what's the word, applique or something. Anyway, the little side bit of an office that he's sort of gone into, and he comes back out clutching two things, and he's right. First of all, this is a drift globe. You light it up. It can cast exactly, yes. Can cast daylight through it. You send it in. You cast daylight, and then you see if it burns out. Then that's a fairly low level darkness. You can get rid of that. You can just dispel it. That's
you know
fine.
daylight, don't you?
I do know daylight.
Yeah. If it's higher than that, though, we've got this. And he holds up, and it kind of how to describe it? It's essentially like a metal cylinder with a very complicated set of wires on top. What you do, you pull this out, and there's this loop, and then you throw it. It basically, and then you keep it out of its radius, and that should be a high level. It should temporarily light it up, it's a bit like the spell. Do you know Fairy Fire? Of course, yes, you know Fairy Fire. Just Lorelei there the whole time, just take a drink.
Yeah. I wanted to be part of the
should light up about a 40 foot cube with Fairy Fire, and that'll be a way of seeing. Although you still won't be able to see in the traditional sense. That should last about an hour unless it's dispelled. So don't cast Dispel Magic or Counterspell. No, Counterspell. And they start pontificating about whether or not Counterspell would actually work against this.
Well, I listened to sit hiccuping.
Pretty much, yeah. And then eventually he pulls out a slim glass vial and he says, right. And then whatever's causing the darkness, if it can be saved, you feed it this. And you see inside, it's a milky blue liquid, and it seems to be swirling of its own accord, and there's sort of white swirls and blue swirls sort of interacting with one another. And that should work. That should cure it, hopefully. It's got a good chance. Can I hand all these to you, Nedda?
Yes, I take these.
And you suddenly go he's the one person who actually got your name right. Yeah.
I think he's fancies you.
He is sort of indeterminate age, but probably late 30s to not probably 50, but not by much, sort of. Not got a proper. Everyone else in the building pretty much has followed Melanthus and got a huge bushy beard. He's got basically nothing, but he's got round glasses, and he's going slightly bald on top. It's sort of to a widow's peak. Human, not unattractive, but not really. He's kind of wet, basically, as a person.
I'm picturing somebody that we know now who said that. I won't say their name, obviously. It's extreme.
But yeah, like well-meaning, but kind of pushed down. Similar to how you were, but pushed down at the top level rather than whereas you pushed down at like middle management level, which But anyway, but with that,
I hold out the bag of opening.
he ushers you out the door while like reassuring Melanthus that there's not actually anything to shoot there.
Daylight or
There's nothing really to explode. There's no huge thing to hunt.
light grenade, we'll call it.
He does say at one point, unless it's a shadow dragon. At which point, like, practically Melanthus' hair just all suddenly stands on end. And he's like, oh, what? Let me get my shotgun. Where is this? He says as you're being pushed towards the exit.
Does he have a
Where
map?
is this?
Do you have a map?
Ponda! And he's like, fine. And then, Ponda Stibbins just walks out. And like you hear this like loud papery noise as he unfurls a huge map and walks back out again, and you can see, it's a map of the country.
And I point to where the cave is.
It's a map of the whole country of Valan. Give me a quick intelligence check.
18.
18. Yep, you point out roughly where the Tain's estate is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a long way away.
It is.
No teleportation circles near there. And he's sort of like, he's stroking his chin, but it sort of comes down about this far because he's got the huge beard.
Just
like,
realised I have a stick.
Yeah!
You do have a staff, yes. You've got several.
This is my stick.
It's a stick.
Going to paint your green for every stream.
No, absolutely
To be
not.
honest, the staff kind of works. But yeah, could get you some green horns.
Just get her a pipe.
Or a pipe.
With ambiguous herbs, potentially weed.
I might see you there. Oh. But yeah, and he sort of gestures around, and like you can see in Kellingmouth, there's like a symbol for teleportation circle, and it's got like a little number next to it, and there's several around Kirain. There's like 7 or 8.
You should make notes of these.
Yes, I'll probably do that if I would know what the
Oh,
numbers are.
So each one has a number. It seems to be a number to a reference book that is elsewhere.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
How
yeah.
attainable is this book?
Oh, you want the book, dear? The book of teleportation.
I'm happy to buy my own copy. I'm not gonna.
It's a trade secret. No, fuck, what am I doing? That's a trade secret! I've got to get the voice right. That's a trade secret, unfortunately. Every one of us has our own, and if you get high enough in the vacation tower, then of course you get access to that sort of thing. But unfortunately, not quite at your level, my dear. I believe as well you quit a while ago.
She didn't quit. We just stole her.
Well, you know.
That was my fault. I took a shine to her and I kept her.
I mean,
She's just lightning everywhere. It's great.
maybe as a favour, can give you 1 or 2 if you earn it.
What do you want us to do?
I want to shoot things. And he's just, the whole time he's been talking, like in his hand he's got this giant blunderbuss thing. It comes out like a trumpet at the end. He's got it like over his shoulder.
I mean, we could always bring him with us, and then, I mean, like, worst, like, best case scenario, he dies.
You know this guy to be a very competent evocation wizard with quite high level spells. You know him to be fairly honourable, if like not really noticing stuff, but very blustering.
I just think he's a bit of a jerk, but...
Yeah.
He reminds me of Lord Flashheart.
He has a Lord Flashheart feel to him.
Ha!
Is there a canoe in my trousers, or am I just pleased to see you?
Rick.
Sometime I will cosplay as that man.
Yeah.
In bottom.
For the time being, though, it's not really particularly close to where I can be bothered to go. Let me know if you do need help. You got sending or message? No, message won't work. You got sending? Right, you are.
We could
Let me
set
know.
up a teleportation circle there, couldn't we? Sending.
you would know actually, teleportation circle, to set up a permanent teleportation circle in a place, you need to cast it there every day for a year.
Oh.
I don't really have that kind of time.
No, we don't.
Oh, no, but what you can do... Ah, fuck, I'm losing the voice. But of course what you can do is just pay the bastards and they'll do one for you and ship it over.
How much would that cost?
Cast it every day for a year. Quite a lot.
I don't think there were many magic users in that area.
No.
You can talk to the divination tower, they've got all that bloody money.
I'm not all that set on going back there once we sorted the cave as well.
Nah.
It seems I don't know, like some sort of
Teleportation.
side quest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could talk to the conjuration buggers. They've got they send it over there. They set up, like, cast it on a bunch of stones and then cement the stones together and put it wherever you want in your circle. It's a thing they offer.
Something to think about.
Right. Thank you for your time and thank you for the weapons.
Every day for 1 year. You need not use the circle to teleport when you cast a spell in this way. You're bloody welcome.
And can we do anything for you before we go?
Find me something to shoot.
We'll get back
What
to you
about
on
the
that one.
beholder? I'd like to shoot the beholder.
Toffee, good barrel.
That's a good point. Do you know my cousin?
Who?
Toffee. Bald one. Grumpy guy.
I don't keep up with halfling
Soon to be
politics.
dead.
Well, you know.
Best of luck with that.
I
Try not to admit to murder in front of the guard.
No,
That's
no,
my
no.
advice. I had to pay them a
he's
lot of
walked-
money.
He's walked into the darkness. He'll die. Not by our hand.
Yeah.
Ned draws like a crudely drawn picture of him that looks generally not very useful. Kind of
Don't you
grotesque
have
picture.
minor
Do you have minor
illusion?
No.
Minor
I don't think I
image?
do.
It's a
No.
very low level spell.
No.
I have major image.
Major image.
Do you want me to cast a major image of him?
Oh,
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation, that is not it.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to cast a major image to show you him.
Sure. He looks at
Boom.
him for a bit and like,
See
Yeah.
If you see this guy, shoot him.
I mean, if I see him outside of city limits, sure. You wouldn't exactly go up on the wall though, and you see like he gestures up, and there's just like a wall of trophy heads. Like
Wow.
there's an Etin, so there's like 2 heads in one. There's a couple hill giants, and one you don't recognise. It's like a blue lizardy thing.
He's got quite the body count. He's quite formidable, isn't he? Sneaky.
I can't believe I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, pretty much. You must be
Just
very
somebody
observant.
looked up.
I'm just
Oh.
going to blame you with this one, yeah. But no, yeah, he's got, so it's sort of like a big round room, and there's a few desks down below, and then there's like steps going up to like the headmaster's desk, as it were, the archmage's desk. And around that, there's these picture windows, and then in between those, there's like walls, like just stone walls, and on them there's like several big like plaque, wooden shield plaques with like each has a head, or in the Etin's case, 2 heads. But yeah,
I mean, impressive.
Hmm.
So,
some big
if
stuff.
you see Toffee, let me know.
Will do.
I'm going to...
Kind of looked like a generic halfling, though, I'll be honest.
His image lasts for an hour, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it with me, see if anyone recognises him as we go out and about.
Yeah,
Cool.
no one's seen him.
Sure.
Walking
The
around
ground
behind
is sort
me.
of
like
a static.
every,
I see.
every now and then...
I'm there trying to stab it.
Sure. Okay.
I think he's like... the image. Oh, it only lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yes. Concentration, physical interaction, blah, 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 long as the range. Yeah, okay. That's fine. You're absolutely allowed to do that. Within the 10 minutes, no one seems to recognise him particularly.
Okay.
So, remind me what the hell you're doing.
I am taking Jeremy to go find a fish to make him feel better because he doesn't seem to be okay. So I'm like, Jeremy, we let's go to the moat. Let's go to the moat.
So they go.
There are a few... So, there are, coming off the hills that surround Kirain, there are a few streams and rivers that come down. There's one particularly like large managed garden that is just like perfectly manicured, and then there's these exact troughs, some of them, and it just comes out into like a geometrically oval pond in which you can find a few fish.
Jeremy, are any of the fish yellow?
Roll me perception.
I'll give him assistance. I will assist him on this.
Okay.
1.
You roll with advantage.
Come on.
Come on, Jeremy.
Let's use a real dice.
Sure.
Come on, yellow fish. Oh, 19.
19. You can find among them a few that are like orange yellow, one in particular that is quite a yellow. Yes, it seems like some sort of large goldfish.
Jeremy takes the trident in 2 hands. He holds it aloft his head like He-Man. Shakes it, he lowers it and points it at the yellow fish and says, I command thee. And what happens?
I believe you cast Dominate Beast.
I do.
Dominate Beast, blah blah blah. Dominate Monster? No. Dominate Beast, here we go.
It's a save against, it's a wisdom save 15.
Wisdom save 15. That is a fail. The fish is at your command. It's your beck and call.
It's your fish bitch.
So,
You have a telepathic link with it.
Jeremy has a 1 minute telepathic link with the fish.
Yep.
So he sits down, crosses his legs, and he sort of concentrates very hard on this fish. And he seems to sort of nod. That's a good point. Yeah, you're right, Flipper. You're right. My
Sometimes name's not Flipper.
Just take things as you come. Okay.
I'm Colin.
Yeah, thank you for that, Flipper. He says, Flipper, from this day on, fight for justice in that pond.
Is it Flipper Reed?
Being a fish, it lacks the ability to nod. You can only bend that way. But it seems to, like, bob up and down in the affirmative.
Yeah.
As it sort of goes round in circles.
What is that like?
Stands up. Salutes. Good luck, Flipper.
As
It waves its flip around in a way like that. Returns.
as you finish, I kind of like hobble up and go. So, I've had like 7 days to work on this on the road, and it's crude. It's crude as hell. But she pulls out this doll that has been carved from wood in the rough shape of Pippa Reed, that has been like painted yellow with the tunic.
That's beautiful.
And I like hand it over.
Jerry holds it and puts it on the edge of the pond, sort of tries to run it a little bit. And sort of gives it a pat, tucks it into Zach's back. Okay.
Push him into the pond.
Wait, we're kind of stood at the shore watching this being like...
Stop fucking screaming!
So, opposed athletics.
Alright.
You can oppose with athletics or acrobatics, I think.
It's going to be athletics.
This is not going to go well. Oh shit, natural 20!
For a total of
19!
16.
16. You go in the pond.
Save me, Flipper!
Just start giggling to myself while I'm clutching
Flipper
the
sort of
staff.
bumps into the side of your head a few times.
I suggest as part of your backstory you have like a tea-loving friend that you dated called Ori.
I help you back out with the staff.
Aww.
You know, that sobered me up. I'm feeling much better. Still gonna kill some cousins.
You're a
But we'll
good
do it
man,
slowly.
Jeremy. We'll kill the cousins, but we will do it in the appropriate manner that helps more people and doesn't get us killed.
Deal.
Right.
Okay.
You realise the finger that I always like flick with?
Mm-hmm.
I've stuck some flint to the inside so that I can like click.
That's great.
But it's with my fingernails to
Sure.
create a spark.
Shall we find an inn for the night then? And
Yes, I
I
think we
can
could-
copy over Dimension Door.
We'll find an inn. We'll.
Okay.
Room, you can easily find room and board. You've abandoned your bedsit that you
Yeah.
were sharing with 3 roommates.
Yes. Well, did we? No, we didn't have a place in.
I'll roll some herbs.
You have a place in
cigarettes.
Kellingmouth.
We
Yes.
have a place in Kelm.
yes.
Yeah. So
Sure.
we'll find somewhere else.
I'll
Where
roll
do
some-
you lead them to? Somewhere like low budget or somewhere super fancy or mid budget?
Mid budget, I think. You know.
So a place where you get a fairly nice breakfast in the morning, but the rooms are kind of basic and have that sort of like library smell.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
It's like a travel lodge
Pretty
by
much.
Morrison's.
Yeah. Not quite that bad, no. But yeah.
I roll some herb cigarettes for everyone.
Rooms are 20 copper a night.
Pass them out.
I like babushka.
Yeah.
No, there's 100 copper
Rooms
to
are 20
silver.
copper a night.
Right.
So you take 2 rooms, 1 room, 3 rooms, 4.
Yeah, we can take 2 rooms if people.
Well, I've just paid for 1 room.
Oh, maybe 1 room.
I paid. You want to show me, lady?
Mm-hmm.
You know about border?
Yeah.
I'll show you my mirror.
Well, we can try to scry for your... I'm sure you've told me about your son on the
Have
journey.
I got enough time to scry for my son and do the spell and sleep for 4 hours?
For 4 hours?
Because I only need 4 hours
yes.
sleep. I'm an elf.
No. Scrying
Gosh,
takes
I only needed
10
4 hours
minutes?
sleep.
Yeah, I'm thinking more about the
Spell.
copying out the spell.
How quickly can you copy out spells?
It's 1 spell level per hour, I think.
Yeah? Jesus.
I think it's 4 hours. Yeah,
Then no.
Scrying only takes 10 minutes.
we'll do it when everyone wakes up.
Oh, sure.
Okay, that's
Then
all
I
I'm
suppose,
going
yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'm going to spend my night then doing the spell, have a sleep, and we wake up with scry.
Hmm.
Okay, and you wake up and cry.
Neda curls up into a ball and just.
At some point in the like, you wake up in the morning. There's just been a blanket covering you both, and she's like wandered in and just blanketed.
It smells like sage.
It smells like sage.
For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours.
Oh,
So
so it's 8 hours.
actually, it would take you 8 hours to copy. So you could half copy the spell over into your spell book.
Well, I've been going about it throughout the day as well. Whenever I'm left waiting. Or
Well, that's
anything.
also going to take us a week to get back.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So
Yeah.
you can do it on the way.
Let's
but
do the scrying then.
Let's scry for
Sure.
your son.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming I know everyone's problems by this point.
So,
It's been a week.
You know the names of all of my cousins.
All 2 of
so
them.
take out the mirror
And then there's this guy.
Yeah.
and his save modifier, because he's familiar, because I know the target well, I assume, if I birthed him.
You haven't known him well for a century.
So I've met the target.
Yes.
I feel like it should be before, like,
People can
met
change
and
quite
familiar.
well in...
-4,
from
because
A decade.
I've got
child.
his baby blanket, so it's a -4.
Okay, sure, I'll give you that.
So it's a -4 to his saving throw overall. And I think it's a wisdom saving throw? Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw. Oop, fuck. What is the spell save DC?
It is... Is that 18? Why is it up? Was it 17? What have I written there? I think it went up to 17 because I did the thing. No. Yeah, I think it's 18.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I've written 18.
It's fucking
Okay.
high.
Well, that is a fail.
This is the right music.
You see him... He looks quite different now. He has a large scar.
He's alive.
He's alive. He has a large scar running down his left cheek. And he appears... his left hand is gloved with a blue glove.
I'm making notes of this.
Mhm.
I've decided I'm not making notes this session. I'll start again next week.
Fair enough.
What can I glean from his environment? I'm trying to work out what I can get in this. I can see and hear through the sensors if I were there. Yeah, basically I'm part of the scene for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
He appears to be in some sort of shop. It's a weird shop, as in there's shelves to his left and right, and directly above him there appears to be more shelves. It's a bit weird.
Is there anyone else in the shop?
There appears to be a shopkeeper. That is it. The shopkeeper is behind
Human?
a bar. No. Some sort of lizard. Well, like not a dragonborn though, like a longer snout.
Yeah.
And then he walks outside the shop after making a purchase.
What's he brought?
You're not quite sure what.
Massive dildo.
He appeared to be finishing up the transaction pretty much as you started the scry. He walks outside, and there's a strange sort of cobbled street that seems to wind around, and it like branches off more like a stream than like regimented streets. He walks around though, and he seems like each like little tributary seems to like go to another little set of 4 or 5 shops. He stops for a moment as like these people wearing, they've got like cylindrical hats. It's weird. They're like, it's a full like a helmet, like a knight's helmet. It like if you imagine
Like so a bit of ear on one
yeah,
side.
in fact, yes. I was going to go with the Black Knight in that, but yes, that exact like Sir Bedivere, but made of cloth. And they seem to be wearing very long capes, and they're almost scuttling past.
Like lizard people.
You're not sure. You can't see. They're wearing completely different dress to the lizard person, who seem to be
Okay.
wearing like a shopkeeper's tabard.
Are they blue?
No, they're greys and browns. These cloaks as they scuttle past, and you see him. It's odd. It sort of averts his eyes as they go past, and sort of like looks over the top of his hand, briefly looking around, and then back down, and then up, and then once they've gone by, he resumes walking through, and he seems to. It's this pathway he takes is labyrinthine. It ends at a circular door. He opens it up and pushes through, and it's like gravity changes, almost. He opens it up, and it's like the sun is right in front of him, and he steps through and steps down, and he is stood on this huge branch, like a gigantic branch, and there is a tree behind him with a door in it. He closes the door.
He's in the Feywild.
Roll me intelligence.
Hmm.
Straight
14.
14. The Feywild, no. This tree he's in, like you can't, from where he is, the perspective is you cannot see the floor. This tree is gigantic, but there are like, you can see around him, dotted around, there's maybe 20 or 30 of these things. In the far distance, there is a mountain. Only this mountain is upside down.
The mountain is upside down.
It seems to be like an ice cream cone, stretching up into the sky.
So the
And
base
there
is
is-
up.
There is a what?
So
Sorry.
the base is up and the tip
Yeah,
of the mountain
yeah.
on the floor.
And you can see in the distance there is like a glint of blue on top of the base of the mountain,
Didn't Levi say something about that? Blue lights.
and
I have no idea. I don't have
I've got
Pippa's
the
notes
papers at
anymore
home.
for this reason.
Yep.
I'm
and
pretty
he
sure
unfurls
Levi
his
said.
wings, and just as the scrying starts to fade, he leaps and starts flapping his way towards the mountain.
I think that's one of the Avarial floating villages.
He's with the Avarial?
Maybe. I heard that's what Arianwin said. He wasn't very forthcoming with his information. There are giant trees everywhere. I'm making notes. Fucking huge tree forest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to send him a message?
Can I do that now? I know where he is.
Well, you've seen his face.
You've seen his face. Does sending work across?
Sending goes across planes.
Then yeah, you can
I'm
send.
sure it does. Let me check.
No, I believe you.
I
believe
I
you're
don't.
right. Pass me the. Where is that? Your PHP? Where's mine?
No, I'm on Pippa. Shit, Moira.
Yeah.
I keep doing that.
Sending, 3rd level.
Yep.
Sending.
Fuck.
Range unlimited.
Yep. You can send this message even to other planes of existence.
Then yeah.
There's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive if they are on a different plane.
Yeah.
So imagine it's a D100 you roll to find that out.
No, 5% chance. That's a D20.
Or that, yeah. Yeah, so it would be a natural one would mean it wouldn't send, I assume.
So what do you send?
Hang on.
shall I say? Shall I keep it simple?
I would keep it simple and to the point that you didn't mean to give him up, because that will be the first thing he thinks.
Right.
Um,
Hello, my son. I have been searching for you since you were stolen. Stolen.
Yes,
That's
stolen. Searching and stolen in one word.
Yes. So, yeah, I went. Yeah. Searching for you since you were stolen. We're in 18 words there.
Hello, my son. I've been searching for you since you were stolen. 12 words.
12 words. I can send quite a few, can't I?
25.
25. That's probably enough for now.
Well, so you could say that you hope he's well.
Okay. I hope you are well and happy.
Yes.
That's what I send.
Okay.
And they'll sit there sort of crying as I do it.
I kind of like... Mommy's just there, like, stroking your hair, offering tea.
He's still alive.
Well, you knew he would be.
I didn't
He's
know.
He's got your tenacity.
I'm glad we have our emotional support babushka.
I hope so. His dad was a bit dull.
Turns out the J team had a lot to process.
You needed an emotional support person,
He
and
could
that
send-
person is here.
Yeah, he could send a reply.
He can, but he might choose not to. Hearing from his mother for the first time in 100 years is going to be a big thing.
Okay.
Give him some space.
Probably should have told him where I was.
That might have helped, but it's okay. We can send another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's another 3rd level slot.
Mm-hmm.
After my major image of your cousin.
Mm.
Oh, we long rested, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. I still did the scrying.
Kind of like putting a little bit of the chill spirit in the tea and handing it over to you. Adding some like herb concoctions as well. The cooking significantly improved since Moira's joined. She can't carve for shit, but she can cook. Is there a reply or is it silent?
There is no reply.
So I don't even know if it's
Oh.
silent.
So what do you send in the second message?
I didn't send a second message.
Oh, you didn't? All right.
No, I
Yes.
just
Sorry.
sent the first
I
one.
see.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Yeah, you don't hear a reply.
It's probably a lot for him to process. He probably thought that you were dead. He might think it's a hoax.
Okay.
There are many reasons why he would not reply. And look how much closer you are now.
I just know he's alive and that's enough for me for now.
And he looks healthy and strong.
He looked really sketchy.
Well, no offense, but
Yeah, that tracks.
He was trying to be all subtle, like he didn't have a massive pair of wings.
that
don't know me,
sounds
but-
like you.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing I do. I'm being
It does suddenly occur to you. Yes, he had like a cloak on. In the place with the shop with the little windy streets, he had a cloak on, and then he didn't have this cloak, but he had his wings after he'd gone through the door, almost like the cloak became the wings, or it was a disguise spell of some sort, maybe an illusion.
Transmutation or something.
He might have some magic to him, yeah,
Mm.
or it might just be a magic item.
Your son's alive and he's doing seemingly well.
Yes, this is a good start.
Yes,
Right.
we can work towards a meeting.
Yes.
Where
In the
you-
meantime, let's go to the murder cave. I feel like killing some stuff.
Murder cave!
So, yeah, in the next room.
I am okay with the murder cave. It's just I don't want all of your existences to be based around the revenge of this murder cave.
I just need to stop Toffee from doing what he's doing.
Yes, I agree. Toffee
It's
needs
justice,
to
not
be-
vengeance.
But you have to promise me, if you have him chained, you cannot kill him.
Because
We are
Nate is
not
going to kill him.
executioners.
I'm chaotic good.
Yeah,
I'm not going to kill him.
we are not executioners.
Remember this one time I was with this guy and he found his kid and his kid was a bandit and he cut his son's hand off and he wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah, that was rough. That was a rough day. Yes, we look for justice where we can, but we are not the jury.
Yes. Very well.
I'm just lying you.
No, just kind of like stay silent.
Shall we head back then?
Let's go.
Medicaid!
Okay.
She just screams that for a week solid.
Yeah. Medicaid!
I do eventually get used to eyeing Jeremy's screams in the morning.
Yeah.
You're just like a
What's
Pokemon.
what Jeremy's hit
no,
points?
barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you like,
There
There is a
lightning,
bad one
it's
where I crack you in the nose.
Oh, so just a permanent -3 each day.
face like
It's about day 10 where I stop hitting
Yeah.
you in the morning.
Did you get that?
Jeremy started waking up in the morning, started biting once, and then go,
It's just me already there with a staff in
So every time I
your
pick
mouth,
up
like,
one,
don't you dare.
That's so cute.
I love it.
Yeah, after 5 days, you wheel past Kellingmouth. Seems to still be rebuilding. You can see there's a lot more. There's like large wooden structures seem to be building back up again. It's coming back together nicely. And you head over to the estates of the Thanes. You arrive back there, and it seems a lot more deserted. You see about 2 or 3 people in the fields getting stuff together. It seems the grain silo, one of them has been smashed, and like it looks like there's grain all over the floor. A lot of it seems to be rotten. Some of it's just being chewed through by pigs. There seems to be a small, like instead of the big gates at the estate walls, there's like a small fence across it now. Seems to be the whole area is being turned into some sort of pigsty, perhaps.
Does anyone need healing?
Oh yeah, we got one lad. He got the scrote.
Oh yeah, I can deal with that. Wonder
Yep.
over.
better.
And yeah, it seems he's got an unfortunate fungal infection. Simple disease. Is that lesser restoration?
That could be lesser restoration. I was going to prepare a salve for it.
Oh, then,
Because
yeah,
I am a
then-
herbalist as well.
Then fair enough. Give me a medicine check. That's absolutely
If this
fine.
fails, then I'm cure woundsing him.
Sure.
It fails, I'm cure woundsing him.
Okay. You use one use of your herbalism kit.
Okay.
Although I suppose actually you could have been replenishing that.
I did replenish it while I was, but it's still
Yeah.
used.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's used now, but now you can replenish it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
you got to keep
a
herbs
lesser
fresh,
restoration
basically.
in.
Yeah.
a lesser
Yeah.
restoration in.
Fair enough. He's like, oh yeah, that poultice, it suddenly seems to work. Oh, that was weird.
Yes, the poultice.
It did nothing for a bit, and then you made it go glow green, and
It
Thank
takes
you.
a little bit of extra spice.
Right. Thank you.
Spicy poultice.
I'll keep away from that swamp in future.
Yes, and especially if you have open wounds, nowhere damp.
Right.
This is important.
Okay. Oh,
So if you
that
have
seems to make sense.
an open cut, don't go bathing.
Okay.
Don't walk into the pigsty. Make sure you wrap it up, clean, change
Yeah.
the bandage every day.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Wander out.
Okay. And yeah. And then following the path, you remember seeing the broken branches are still there. Well, most of them still roughly there, but you remember approximately the path. You approach the cavern, and that is where we'll leave it for tonight.
Medicaid!
Medicaid!
For one thing, I've really got to pee. But
We
yes.
didn't introduce our characters at the beginning of the stream.
Didn't what now?
We didn't introduce
Oh,
our
no,
characters.
we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. Forgot.
Mm.
But yeah, thank you for joining us if you did. And yeah, we'll hopefully catch you next week.
Nada!
We introduced one character.
Yeah.